2 in a row. Although I'm still worried about OG. But before we get to all of that, people, we had another Knicks Philly classic, man. The way that this game was going down, you knew this thing was going to get down to the wire. And especially so when you saw that the refs were not calling any fouls for the 76ers throughout the entire second quarter. Well until with 2:36 to go. But hey, man, let's get into this thing. Knicks are back into it with the 76ers at Madison Square Garden for Game 2 here on Wednesday night. And like I said, going into this one, you thought this one would be a close one. We wanted to see if the Knicks were able to keep up their offensive and defensive prowess that they've shown through the last 4 games. And this one, from the rip, was going to be a close one. Without Joel Embiid in this one, you knew the Sixers were going to play at a high-tempo pace, create a lot of open looks from 3, and that is what they did exactly from the start. I mean, they were shooting crazy from downtown, man. They were just matching every shot for the Knicks. Knicks really had to work on the inside of this one, and really, when what you really saw for the issue was that Karl-Anthony Towns got into foul trouble in the first half. 4 fouls. No, what was it? 3 fouls in the first half, 4th one in the beginning of the third. Not a good look for Karl-Anthony Towns, but that's where you saw the Knicks struggle tonight, especially, as I said, in the second quarter, where the refs weren't calling any fouls on the 76ers, as they were just allowing them to beat the Knicks over the head with a hammer. But getting into that third quarter, when you get them back after Jalen Brunson did all he could, as well as OG in the second quarter, to keep this thing a 1-point game, you had Karl-Anthony Towns starting off red hot in that third quarter, just dicing up the defense, getting to all of his positions in the post, getting Bona and Drummond in foul trouble with 4 fouls apiece in that third quarter. And it looked like it was just going to be easy sailing almost for Karl-Anthony Towns just to continue to lead this Knicks all the way through until the 4th, until he got that 4th foul. And then we went back to square one without Towns for a little bit. And even in the 4th quarter, where you saw Mike Brown went with the bench unit to get this thing going, Mike Brown said, no, we have to go back with the starters, man. We can't put this thing up to risk because Maxey is in his bag, PG's in his bag, Edgecombe is knocking down threes, Oubre is knocking down threes. The Sixers were just feeling it tonight. But thankfully, what you had was a magnificent performance to close this thing out, with Towns, with Hart, with Bridges, OG giving you that hell of a scoring punch, man, and defensively. Once again, hopefully that he's okay. And then Jalen Brunson and Mikal knocking down some clutch shots in the 4th quarter. And that's all you have, man, for this one, for the Knicks to be up 2-0 in the series, 108-102 to close this thing out for tonight. All we need to know is that OG's okay, and then we could be ready and locked in for Game 3. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. What a thriller this one was, man. I don't know about all of you, but I was standing up in the 4th quarter because I had to. I know CK couldn't, man, because he's doing play-by-play. But, man, these guys had my heart in my throat. I was very anxious because, as you saw, Maxey was just able to get to all of his spots, man. Very close one. Very close one. Very happy the Knicks were able to squeak this one out. Still keeping that pressure on the Sixers, man. Keeping the pressures on the Sixers. Make sure to call in tonight. Want to hear all your thoughts and opinions on this game. All right. Make sure to come through the Discord. Download the app. Go through the web browser. Whatever fits your fancy. Make sure to call in tonight. We need to hear what you people think of this one. CK, how you doing, bro? You okay? You know, did you take a shower? Did you cool down, man, because of everything that we saw today? You okay, man? You okay?
Just stressed out. It was a stressful ending. It was a very stressful ending, but we lost every quarter in that game. So it was just one of those, what I say, Alex, last 2 games, I said, I don't want to go back. So they sent me back, and I wasn't ready for it. My heart wasn't ready for it. I forgot these feelings. I was so spoiled by these last 4 games of grandeur, in the words of Clyde Frazier. Like we were living lavishly, Alex. Blowout city. We were taking them out. Every game got better and better than the last. And then we went back to stress. I wasn't ready for it. My heart, my body, we forgot how it felt. I'm lying. No, but it was stressful though. It was really stressful. But to your point, you mentioned that, a lot of those guys on the Sixers squad, they were figuring it out a little bit more today. I remember opening the play-by-play saying that just because Embiid is out does not mean that this game is going to get any easier. This is something that the Sixers have been dealing with all season long, and it's like they have 2 different versions of themselves. They have the version that they can play with Embiid and all of the MVP prowess that is Embiid, and you have the version that we saw today that's a little bit quicker, and you're seeing, you know, Maxey do what he does and other guys filling roles. So, you know, we saw that today. We got a taste of that, and it was a little scary, but the Knicks stayed with it throughout the entirety of this game. You know, Mikal Bridges looked really good in this one defensively, also offensively, so much so that, you know, Mike Brown had to keep him out there for the majority of the second half and forgot that he needed to sit down, so he took him out in the end, right in the beginning of the fourth. Karl-Anthony Towns played like what 20 minutes, a little over 20 minutes, and was thriving in this game, even with all the foul trouble. Just looked like put on a masterclass today, scoring with ease. Missed a shot because he wanted to miss a shot. You know what I mean? Like, he could have gone 100% this entire game if he actually wanted to. You know, so you know, it was stressful in the sense where we were there the entire way, but then it got to a point where like, are we gonna get over that hump? Like, we're right there. But are we actually going to get over the hump and stay there? But we did the thing, and we won when it mattered. It was in the end of the game, and we got the job done. Big shots, like you mentioned, by Bridges. Big shots by Jalen Brunson, and we held our own towards the end, got the W. And Alex, I can say that we are taking advantage of home court. With the Celtics getting bounced, we were gifted with the gift of being the home court, having the home court advantage, and we are taking advantage of it. We go into Philly 2-0, and if you live in that area, I don't care what about the zip code, lockout, whatever they over there doing. Go get your VPN, log in, buy your ticket, and we'll see you in Philadelphia. Because I got the broom, and I want to bring it out and put it in the backdrop. I want to put them away, Alex. I want to put them away. Stress be damn. I want to put them away.
I feel you, man, and stress be damn right. I mean, good Lord. I would say this, man, going into this game before we get to player of the game and role player of the game, going into this, looking at this one from like a macro standpoint, right? Like, the defense is definitely what saved this team, because the offense was very rough, okay? The offense was definitely rough. So, if anything, if anyone's wondering, is this defense legit? This defense is legit. I mean, look, they didn't get to hold the Sixers under 100 points. They were close, you know, they were close, but they were able to make the shots. They were able to get the stops where it mattered most, as you said, CK. And for this one, you know, where you had Mikal doing a good job on Maxey, you had Hart doing a good job on Edgecombe, you know. Look, Jalen Brunson had to help. I thought Brunson actually was pretty solid tonight defensively as well when he was in front of Maxey or anybody else. Like, you're not going to stop those guys. You're not going to stop him, but I thought he held his own pretty well, man. It wasn't the complete turnstile that we saw during the regular season. And then, look, you obviously want more out of Cat in these minutes. The center position for sure, if you're looking at it defensively, is where we struggled tonight. Look, no Mitchell Robinson, didn't mention that at the top of the key. He missed this game, late scratch due to illness, so we didn't have him. So Huck Porty got the first crack at it off the bench when Towns got into foul trouble, and then next thing you know, he got 4 fouls in the first quarter. So we didn't see any more of him for the rest of the game. Got some spots, Sohan minutes. OG was really playing the 5, and I think with the Mitch illness, Towns being in foul trouble, a lot of these guys definitely had to play more minutes than they were probably expected to, just based on the foul trouble and the lack of depth that they had for tonight, especially at the 5 position. But even still, they were able to battle defensively. So, especially, I gotta give kudos to like Bridges, Hart, and OG for leading the way in that one, because those guys had to play massive amount of minutes. I mean, you just look at these numbers right here. OG with 37, probably would have gotten to 40 if he didn't leave late game. Looked like he pulled his hamstring or like he got a cramp, not even sure. But you can see that he was grabbing it in the fourth quarter. Josh playing 44 minutes, Bridges playing 38. Like, these guys had to like go out there and battle, man. Defensively, I thought they did a really good job tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm topsy turvy with how I feel about the minutes. Again, you understand you got to do what you got to do. I didn't understand.
What's bothering you?
I just didn't. I didn't understand the Sohan minutes. I didn't get it. I had people in the chat talking to me about, we probably don't want Sohan and Hart out there together and this, that, and the third. And I hear you on that. But in this game, Bridges and OG were doing so well efficiently from the field, shooting the ball without Towns. If you had Brunson on the bench, where I wasn't really too concerned about the two of them being out there together. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there could have been a way where we didn't have to
So you wanted more
overdo it
Sohan
with
minutes tonight.
Yeah, I wanted more Sohan. I feel like we didn't have to play 43 of Hart. That's just me personally. I don't think it was necessary. I don't. Hart did the hustle things. I know that's your guy. I know you're going to go in on that. But I also feel like there was some times where Hart could have got a little bit more of a rest that was needed.
He was all over the place today.
Yeah,
he was all over the place. He had his moments.
He did.
On both ends. And shout out again, I tweeted, thank you, Karl-Anthony Towns, in the fourth quarter for pushing him away from the ref. I'm like, you see he's ready to go in, and Towns is like, yo, bro, just keep it going, man. Keep it going. Like, he had to push him twice. I was like, thank you. You already got one tech. Can we not aim for a second tech, man? Can we not put these guys in position?
Yeah.
We knew what the call was tonight. We clearly saw what the call was, especially in the second quarter. I mean, you telling me, CK, you're telling me that for 9 some odd minutes, the 76ers didn't foul the New York Knicks in the second quarter?
That's crazy. In that second quarter,
Is that what you're telling me? You telling me that they were playing that much of a perfect game? They didn't foul anybody in the second quarter? Give me a break, man. You already know what time it was. I mean, they gave Maxey the green light to get to the free throw line so many times in that quarter. Good God, man. It was that was nasty work. Absolutely nasty work.
But I guess I don't know. To me, I feel like there was some spots in the middle of the game where I feel like we were making things a little bit harder on ourselves that I think could have been cleaned up. I think we were overthinking this. So I'm not saying Jeremy Sochan need to go out there and play 20 minutes, but I mean, for him to only play under a minute when we needed that depth at that position, like you mentioned, we had OG play the 5, which in the second half, it kind of worked. But in the first half, when we were struggling to get it, like you're right. Our defense was great. I feel like our defense was a lot better in the second half, more so than the first half. So I feel like that would have been the time where it's like, all right, at least let Sochan out there, keep him out there. And to be real with you, like, he can hold his own. We saw him in the garbage minutes. He can hold his own if he's left open for a pass out 3. Like, I'm not tripping if he shoots a 3 ball wide open at the end of a shot clock or whatever. I'm not really worried about that. I don't know. I guess I'm nitpicking, so I'm not complaining. I just feel like Hart did not need to play 44 minutes today. I just feel like it was a little bit overkill. We don't get the 2 days off like we did in round 1. We're jumping right back into action on Friday, excuse me.
Friday.
So it's like, so I don't know. Something about the minutes that I wasn't a big fan of, especially with the guards, with the foul trouble we had. I feel like we could have been a little bit better with the differential minute wise. But again, I'm nitpicking. I'm just nitpicking. I didn't understand it.
You're not fully wrong about that. I was actually kind of annoyed that we didn't see more Clarkson. I thought he did a really good job.
That's another one too.
Quarter.
Yeah,
like we saw Alvarado get out there beginning of the fourth quarter. He clearly didn't have it going, but we didn't see any Clarkson where, look, even next to Brunson, if you need a release valve of another guy who can bring the ball up and just create for himself, I'm just a little curious as to why we didn't see more of him. He went 2 of 4 from the field. I know he didn't hit his 3, but guy got you 5 boards, was playing some solid defense. He was giving the extra effort. He was keeping plays alive. He was giving you a lot of stuff that Mitchell Robinson would do if he was out there tonight. And I just thought that you didn't need to go away from Clarkson. I get that you want to have your guys out there in the fourth quarter, but I thought he could have had more minutes. Look, I know we're just nitpicking at this point.
No, I 100%. Yeah, because why did we need Shamet out there for 8:20 when he was just doing cardio? Like, I agree. I feel like, and I love Shamet. This is not a hate on Shamet thing. But to your point, like Clarkson's another one I didn't even get to. I was talking about Sochan, but Clarkson's the other one I was thinking of too. It's like Clarkson could have had about 10 minutes today, and I feel like it would have been effective for us today. I don't understand why he was a non-factor in the second half. Again, like you said, nitpicking. Those are the two things, because I just feel like, it's still a long series. Now we're about to go on the road. I don't want any excuses about being gassed and stuff like that. And mind you, we had foul trouble, but I still feel like it could have been something that we could have handled a little bit better. That's my only nitpick today on Mr. Brown. That's all.
And I'll say this about the defense. One more thing before we get to our player of the game and role player of the game. I thought for you talk about the first half where you're saying defense wasn't so great. Look, in football, we always talk about complementary football. Your offense has to match the intensity of the defense and the execution. Right. I think that I would say is more so the reason why the defense wasn't so great in the first half. The offense was just the turnovers, man. As soon as Towns got that third foul, and just had to go out, you just saw that everything that they were working, because they were utilizing him so much as a hub and as a passer, and just looking over what the defense was doing and looking over the defense just to find guys with easy passing lanes. You see that beginning of the third quarter, finds Mikal for an easy layup after the screen that I believe it was Brunson set, right? You didn't get any of that in the first half. So now it's like, oh my God, what do we got to do? And then you see Brunson trying a little bit too hard. You see Hart trying a little bit too hard. And then that leads to turnovers. And the next thing you know, you're scrambling because you're not even getting like good, legitimate possessions. So I think that is why we saw a little bit more shakiness at the defense of the first half. But thankfully, they were able to, gather themselves and finally execute.
Yeah.
And look, it's fourth quarter was rough. I mean, 19 points for the Knicks in that quarter, 12 for the Sixers, but they did enough for what they had to do, man. Still a good win. All right. We're just nitpicking at this point.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Great win.
Yeah, great win, man. We're nitpicking at this point. Just nothing's ever perfect, man. Nothing's ever perfect. You can
100%.
still have the win, you can still have the victory. Nothing's ever perfect, but hey, I'll tell you who was perfect though before he had to exit the game. All right. And you'll like this because it's my player of the game.
Okay.
Ogugua is the player of the game.
That's OG.
All right. OG Anunoby, man. I mean, good Lord. A little bit of a tough start for him, man. But that man came on when it mattered most. I mean, look, he had the tough challenge. There were times where he was guarding Maxey. He had PG. He was playing the 5. I go back to saying that, look, this is a guy who's so versatile to give all that effort defensively and then to make up offensively for what he was doing, especially attacking the paint, because his 3-ball wasn't falling down as we saw in the last, 3-4 games or so, maybe even 5, because he did have a really good one, I think in like game 2 against the Hawks or game 3. Can't remember right now. But look, he went 2 of 7 from downtown. Remove the 7, remove those 2. You're talking about he went 7 of 10 in the paint. Dude went 7 to 10 in the paint. Nobody was stopping him. And just whether it was by cutting, driving, moving out in transition, OG was giving you everything and just finding those gaps and walls in the defense so that way the Knicks could just stay in this thing. And so for OG to once again give you that two-way play and to finish the game with 24 points, 9 of 17 from the field, so he still shot over 50%, 2 of 7 from downtown. That'll get better, man. We know he can shoot better than that. 4-4 from the free throw line, hitting clutch free throws, by the way, to keep them in this game. And then 5 boards, 2 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. He has 5 stocks in this one. 5 stocks. It was hilarious. Richard Jefferson's like, oh, they don't got a shot blocker out there. Next thing you know, you see who was it? I think who was driving? Who drove on? Was it Grimes? Was it Grimes that drove on OG? And there's like, nah, son, not
Grimes.
today.
Yep. Mikal block.
I was like, nah, man, not today. You ain't getting through me on this one. And so we do have a shot blocker at the 5, even when we don't have our centers. That is OG Anunoby, man, and he is the player of the game, man, just for his excellent two-way play.
For sure. I love to mix things up. I love to piss off the amazing team here on KFTV that makes great graphics and throw a wrench in the plan. So I want to fight back a little bit and say that if this guy was not in foul trouble, I think we'd be having a different conversation because I cannot let slide how dominant Karl Anthony Towns was today. So he is my honorable mention for MVP. Completely agree on OG Anunoby, but I love to mess things up and mess plans up. I got to give an honorable mention to Karl Anthony Towns as what could have been if he played. Like, he played in 27 minutes. There's a point where he had at 19 minutes of play, he already had 20 points off 6 for 7. Like, Karl Anthony Towns was so dominant today. He was so, like, the way he just flipping the ball up, getting the foul. The third quarter, he said, you know what, y'all fouled us so much in the first half. Let me get a few of these for myself. Karl Anthony Towns looked beyond dominant today. Tony Brothers did everything in his power to play defense on Karl Anthony Towns today, and he did a good job, but Karl Anthony Towns just looked so dominant today. And I feel like, what could have been, this could have been a triple-double game for Karl Anthony Towns if he was able to play a full game. He was at 7 assists. He was at 10 rebounds. He was just at 20 points. He looked dominant today. I got to give him an honorable mention, but I 100% agree with the OG Anunoby. But I wouldn't be me without throwing a hitch in the plan. So Karl gets my honorable mention for MVP.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Cat had a very dominant game, as you mentioned, man. It's just the foul troubles. For me, it's hard 100%. to go with the, from being player of the game when you're in foul trouble like that. I mean, we barely saw him in the first half when he was needed most. If you tell me he's not
so much more impressive.
It is very impressive. I'm not taking that away. I'm taking that away. 2 games in a row, CK, where this guy is just impressive in limited minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, if you think about it, 27 minutes, he got I can't, hold on one second. I'm looking at the stat line again. This is
I'm
crazy.
telling you, it's insane. Yeah,
This
it's
stat
insane.
line is wild.
It's
Hold on.
insane. It's absolutely
20
insane.
points in 27 minutes, 6 of 8 from the field, 1 for 1 from downtown, 7 to 9 from the free throw line, 10 boards, 7 assists, 3 turnovers. Not great, but hey, 7 assists is still 7 assists, people. 1 steal. Good God.
Yeah. Crazy.
Bro, imagine if he played a full game. I think this is kind of what's going on here, why they're calling fouls. Now the tinfoil Koofy's coming out, people.
I'm ready.
I think they're calling fouls on Karl-Anthony Towns early for Drummond. I mean, come on, man. We're really doing this for Drummond and Bona and all the come on now. This is
what are we
nasty
doing?
Work.
What are we doing?
If
Right.
he played a full game, good God, man. This is This would go with what I said when J-Cal was on the line the other game for game 1, man. When he's asking who are your 2 guys, I said Brunson and Cat. But you guys are like, I don't know, man, foul trouble. So we're all not wrong here, man. We're all not wrong here. But
we're
hey,
all not wrong,
the Cat, man. That is
I had to give him the honorable mention for MVP. But like you said, he didn't play a full game, so it gives the OG, and I think that's a phenomenal get. But you know me, I had to throw a wrench in it.
No problem, man. No such thing as a wrench around this show. Man. People like discourse. Man. People like the discourse. So people, let us know in the chat right now. Who do you think is the player of the game? Is it OG Anunoby? Is it Karl-Anthony Towns? Let us know who you think right now is the player of the game. Let us know. All right, so let's get on to the next topic, CK, for the role player of the game, and I am giving it to Mikal Bridges. Yeah. Oh, look at that. How apropos for you to have number 25, the jersey on. He is the role player of the game. You want to talk about clutch shots tonight. You want to talk about tough defense against Tyrese Maxey. You want to talk about coming up big when you're talking about Towns as being in foul trouble. You now don't have Ariel Hukporti. You don't really want to go to Sohan tonight. You know, you decide not to go to Clarkson. Alvarado's not doing the thing tonight. You go to Mikal Bridges. You're saying, Mikal, I really need you tonight. I need you to play 38 minutes. I know you only played 20-some minutes. I know you struggled last series. You had a really good game 1. Can you please give me the same effort tonight for game 2? Because we really need it. I need you to take down your home city team, okay? I need you to take down the city of Philadelphia, even though you're from there. And you know what he said? He's like, bet. He probably did the selling. He said, I got you, Coach Brown. Let me go out there and do the damn thing. And so what did he do? He put up 18 points, 9 of 13 from the field. Didn't hit any 3, but that's okay because he got the 5 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And let me tell you something. The stat line, offensively, you'll see it. Defensively, you will not see the effort unless you really watch the game, man. I mean, look, Maxey is still going to be Maxey, but how good was Mikal on Maxey tonight? We're talking about another inefficient shooting night for Maxey, where he's shooting under 50%, 9 of 23 from the field, 1 of 6 from downtown. Like, I know that Brown had these guys doubling, showing, blitzing Maxey, so that way they got the ball out of his hand. But you got to give a lot of the effort to Deuce and Mikal. Mikal took on that brunt of the challenge, man. And then to be out there in the closing minutes and saying, yo, we don't have OG. We need you to really, take on the best player right now. And he did that. And so whether it was guarding PG, Maxey, whoever, Bridges deserves all the flowers tonight, man. And look at that. Just another 2 points under, man. These are 2 back-to-back games where if he gets 20 points on my games, Ari has to call in and keep true to the bet that Will from LI made, man. But hey, man, it is what it is. Mikal Bridges doing the damn thing and saying, hey, family show those 5 picks.
Amen. Like I said, I'm when it's on a shirt, I just want my face somewhere in the merch. That's all I'm saying. That's all. When we finally come to our senses and put it on a T-shirt, CP and team, I just want, it could be just, in the eye, I just remember me. Yeah, man. Mikal Bridges. What more can I say? I was so impressed with him. And like you said, it wasn't even just the efficiencies, going back to his efficient ways. As much as you want to hate on him for the season, he's been shooting efficiently this year. That's what Mikal Bridges does. But what's more important to me is just how great he looked defensively and how dominant he looked defensively. Alex, we've been complaining all season long about how Mikal Bridges just, would die on these screens, brother. Like the minute a screen was set, you lost Mikal. So much so that he'd be stumbling and bumbling trying to get back up. Today, Mikal would not, we saw it yesterday or 2 nights ago, Mikal was not letting Tyrese Maxey breathe. There were so many times. It was one of my favorite things, and it's like a fun thing that he does, but it's so smart at the same time, is whenever that screen comes, those lazy screen comes so you can get the switch onto the matchup that he's looking for, Bridges is hugging Tyrese Halliburton like, nope. No, he's not going. Nope. I'm right here. You can come set the screen, but I'm staying right here. And even if they did get that screen for the switch, Mikal Bridges is hovering around, and the minute that there's enough space, he gets the switch back, so he goes right back onto Maxey. The defense and the attention to detail from Mikal Bridges on Maxey, to the point where in the third quarter, Maxey had 1 field goal. And then now the fourth quarter, now Maxey did have the 2 field goals in the fourth quarter, but I got to get fourth quarter. It was between Deuce and Bridges. It was both of them in the fourth quarter. Deuce did a great job in that fourth quarter as well. But the fact that Maxey went as crazy and bonkers as he did in the first half to then just be a nothing factor in the second half, like, you know, but Bridges deserves all the flowers. I understand the frustration throughout the season, but now these games matter, and it's time to show your love to Mikal Bridges. So, yes, role player of the game. I'd even argue he was up the third option for player of the game. But, you know, I'm not going to throw that much of a hitch into the plans. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go that crazy for y'all. But it's coming.
The man is politicking for his guy to become now the player of the game. Good God, man.
I won't go out for it. Not yet.
You know what, man? Maybe.
No, not today though.
Maybe if you're in the chat, he proposed that might have happened, man. Who knows? Maybe, I get that you do play-by-play.
I think we got a super that was on my side. I think it was B Mills. Shout out to B Mills. I think somebody was on my side. It's tonight. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's okay.
Let's see. Shout out to B Mill for the $2 super chat. It's the time to give Mikal player of the game today. Almost, man. Almost. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. Until when he goes really berserk, like I mean berserk. Then he'll probably get it. But as of right now, man, it's OG for being the player of the game and Mikal for being role player of the game. Karlo Towns getting the honorary player of the game tonight. So let us know in the chat who do you think should win each award. Let us know if you have any other options for who could have won the award tonight. Do you think it could have been Josh? Do you think Brunson should have gotten the award tonight at one of the spots for his tough shot making? Let us know what you think of the chat, man. Let us know what you think of the chat. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post-game live. The New York Knicks win Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the 76ers tonight to take a 2-0 lead. They'll be heading down to Philadelphia. I think it's the Xfinity Arena. They'll be heading over there on Friday night at 7 p.m. again. But let's see. For tonight, we'll be just basking in the glory of being up 2-0 while as we wait for OG news. Okay, as of right now, no one's reported anything saying Mike Brown hasn't talked to anybody yet, so we have no idea as of right now what is going on with OG Anunoby. But salute to all of you for tapping in for another KFTV post game. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel, as I said, if you haven't already done so. Make sure to share this channel if you haven't already done so. Okay, people. And let's shout out to some of the people who are giving out super chats right now. We already got BX Mill, shout out to you. We got CL Kenrick with the $10 super chat. He's number 1 right now in the chat. He says 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. No cardiac, no problem. Cat in foul trouble, no problem. Brunson in the clutch, no. Robinson, no problem. Where are you, Embiid? Knicks can keep up with the tempo. Going to Philly to do it again on Friday for Game 3. Yeah, man. If they take Game 3, just keep going, man. Put the pressure on Philly. Put the pressure on them, man. I mean, they shot incredible tonight. They were out of their minds. Were they shooting 60% from 3 at some point? For everything. The Knicks were still in this thing all the way through. Give credit to New York, man. Give a lot of credit to New York because they shot 27% from downtown. But hey, they figured out a way just to get downhill and keep it scoring, man. So no problem for the New York Knicks. Shout out to Andrew Battle for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to New York City B-Ball for the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Said OG, the real X factor in the series. Yeah, man. He way he plays, man. That's why we need to know how he is, man. Hopefully it's a cramp. Hopefully it's not too serious. Hopefully he can come back for Game 3. Hopefully it's just needing some rest, man. Hopefully he needs just the pickle juice, you know. It got the electrolytes, CK. I don't know if you know that, man. But it's got the electrolytes, so maybe he just needs the pickle juice. Who knows? Shout out to Tutal Zuri for the $5 super chat. He's number 2 on the leaderboard right now in the comments. He said, love and respect to King CK, Alex, and all diehard Knicks fans in America. Hope everyone doing well and blessed. Greetings from all of us in what? See, well, I don't even know what that abbreviation is. Is it North Scots? Where you checking it from? Tuto, where you checking it? He says, cheers, mate. Cheers to you, my man. Cheers to you. Appreciate the super chat. Shout out to Acery. I'm just gonna call you Chronicles. Shout out to Chronicles, man. I'm not even sure. I don't want to butcher it. Shout out to Chronicles, man, for the $5 super chat. He's number 3 on the leaderboard in the chat. Says, way to close out. Our big ticket guys had to step up big. Great team win, Knicks. He said, great team win. Knicks in 5. If you know, you know. If you Nick, you Nick. Amen. Hell of a way to close out by the Knicks tonight, man. That what we didn't see in Atlanta in game 2 and game 3, they did it tonight against a tougher opponent. Shout out to them. Shout out to New York City B-Ball again for the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Said CP, get CK a family show. Them pick shirt now. Amen. Get the merch going, man. Oh, my guy Do Things is in the chat right now, man. Shout out to Do Things for being a franchise channel member for 35 months. Shout out to you, bro. Says, salute my guys, president of the new hive here, a soft BTA, but we hit them with that rocket to your pocket like a socket. Baby, R.I.P. Earl. All right. And shout out to Hell for the $5 super chat. Says, checking in from Seattle, family show, Philly, gritty game, and championship DNA showing up lately. Yeah, man. Championship DNA is showing up for this team right now. They're playing gritty. They're staying in it. They're playing tough. And look, guys are ready. That's what you want to see. Even in a messy game like tonight. That's the true definition of a championship team, man. When things are going well, it's easy. It's easy. But when you're playing down, when you're playing a mucked up game, when you got to fight your way back and just to stay into it, when the shots aren't falling from downtown, when that's a big part of your game, and you're able to tussle and get inside the paint, slow it down, get the fouls, and just get and slow the game down. That's how you know they're figuring out, man. But hey, Knicks got a lot of experience. They've been in this position before, so it's not a shock that they're capable of doing it, man. Not a shocker that they're able to do this. So salute to the Knicks, man, for being able to grind this one out. All right. And when you're thinking about, grinding things out and keeping it and trying to keep it clean, right? Think about Harry's, man. Think about Harry's. All right. Look, because we know how it goes, man. We all got those blades, and sometimes it doesn't always give you the clean look that you need. That's where Harry's comes through, man, because even with some of the toughest beards, and you all know who I'm talking about out there, right? Some of you got like tough beards, man, where it feels like you need a machete to get through it, all right? That's where Harry comes through and can help you out, man. Harry's is made with pure German engineering. You can feel it in the weight of the handle. It's just clean, man. It just feels clean. It's ergonomic. It does everything that you need to do. It gets all the angles under your chin, so that way you can get that fresh cut that you need, man. Harry's Plus is seriously something I highly recommend for all you to get. And look, the cool thing about Harry's too is that everything is designed in-house, okay? There's no outsourcing, no third parties. It's all clean, straight from the factory, which makes it why they're so affordable to get. And the cool thing right now is that if you go out and buy the Harry's Plus trial set, it's only $10. So you can go out and buy the Harry's Plus trial set for only $10. That's a new razor, a 5-blade cartridge, shaving gel, and a travel cover. So you can get all that for $10 just by going to harrys.com/KFTV. That's, once again, harrys.com/KFTV. So make sure to go get that blade, man. Make sure to go get that blade and the travel cover and all the gifts that come with it, man. Shout out to Harry's. All right, man. How'd you feel coming in this one, CK? No Mitch, no Mitch. He was sick. Were you concerned about this game, even though you heard there was no Mitch? Because when you see there's no Embiid, right, you're like, okay, we know how they can raise the up tempo. We can know how they can pick up the tempo. But then not to see Mitch, did you get even more concerned?
Yeah, you right there. I was personally, I said it again. The fact that there was no Embiid, crazy enough, I was concerned about that because you knew that Tyrese Maxey was just going to go insane. VJ is going to do his thing, and we talked about Paul George shot pretty well, but luckily they didn't need him because we went on that big lead, the big run. So I was a little concerned in general with how this game was going to look with those guys being able to do a little bit more without Embiid in the center. But then now you lose Mitchell Robinson. And with the worst case scenario happening with not only Karl Anthony Towns being in foul trouble, our backup to the backup getting into foul trouble, and we not knowing where to go from there. So literally everything that could have gone wrong in that situation went wrong. So Yeah, there was a bit of nerves. I knew for sure that the good times of the 40 plus, 50 plus, 30 plus leads was going to be on a temporary hold in this game. But no, the concern was there for sure. Not concerned that we were going to lose, but concerned that this game was definitely going to be a lot closer than what we've been blessed with for the last 4 games. And we got
definitely thought it was going to be a challenge. Definitely thought it was going to be a challenge without Mitch, just from a rebounding aspect. Didn't know how effective Drummond was going to be in this one since he wasn't there.
Right.
I know guarding Towns was going to be not a problem, but when you take Towns out, thinking that I was going to see some Porty, maybe some Sohan minutes, how effective were those guys going to be? Obviously not so great. So once again, just went to expending all your guys, a little bit more minutes than expected, but I wasn't worried that they were going to lose. I just knew it was going to be a little bit more tougher than what we expected. And you knew that Philly was going to come out and give it their best shot after game 1 and how that went and being blown out. They were not going to allow for themselves to be blown out in game 2. They have a lot of respect for themselves. You saw it tonight by how they compete. And I can tell you this right now, game 3, they're going to come out and punch even harder. And the Knicks got to be ready for that punch, man. The Knicks got to be ready for that punch and be able to block it and then throw them the haymaker just to put them down. But man, the thing is that it's an illness, so hopefully he gets over it pretty quickly. He's back he should be back for Friday. At this point, we're just waiting on the OG news. I see everyone in the chat right now asking about the OG news. We are still waiting to see what the update is on him. There has not been an update yet. Still waiting on that. But how did you feel about the officiating tonight, CK? I feel like that's another big topic because that was just.
We talk about, me and my Bridges hive. We talk about Diawara hive. We talk about all these hives. Shout out to the Tony Brothers hive because y'all got the performance of a lifetime today. Tony Brothers was in his absolute bag tonight. I don't know if he saw the over-unders on his parlays today and he said, it's time for me to go to work. Oh, my moneymaker in Embiid isn't playing today. Where am I going to get these fouls? Tony Brothers, and it was crazy, Alex. I joke, but it was insane. You talked about it at the top, and that the second quarter, the fact that it got the biggest pop when we got our first foul, how much time left? It was like 3 minutes left in the half. We got our first foul of the entire quarter. The fact that it got such a facetious celebration by the fan base tells you everything you need to know. Now, mind you, they tried to play a little bit, they tried to, help us out a little bit in the third quarter. They started making a little bit more calls our way, whatever you want to call it.
There's no way there's going to be another quarter where Philly just doesn't get a foul against the Knicks. Give me a break.
Facts. But for someone that does not like to blame officiating, regardless of how bad it is, today it was just so glaring, bro. It was so glaring. You think this was a call-in, brother? You think I don't know? We already went tinfoil. Yeah, okay. So you think this? We gotta hit the X-Files music.
I was taking notes, man. Here we go. First foul was called on Bona, with 2:37 to go in the second quarter. All right, that was the first foul. No one got to the free throw. The first person to get to the free throw line in that second quarter, CK, was Jalen Brunson, because he took a charge from Bono while trying to box out. It was even like Bono was driving to the. He decided just to run through Brunson. If I'm Nick Nurse, I'm like, bro, do you have a brain, bro? Like, are you out? Like, what are you thinking?
He's been so reckless,
bro. What goes on through your mind when you're on the basketball court? Like, even in game 1, like where he's just like fouling out of nowhere. I'm like, is this real life? Did Nick Nurse? Is there a bounty gate that I don't know about, man? Right, is there a bounty gate? Because that's how it feels like he's out there playing.
Right.
But bro, Brunson gets his first free throw shot. The team and as a whole gets their first free throw shot with 3.9 seconds left to go in the quarter. You're telling me Philly did not commit one foul with 2:37 to go, and that we don't get to the free throw line, take one free throw until there's 3.9 seconds left? That makes sense to you? That doesn't make sense to me, man. The fix was in. All right. Knicks were able to overcome that wave, though, so thank goodness for that. But the officiating, that was just rough. Shout out to Father Peace in the chat. He said, Bona is a comic relief.
No, Bona kills me, bro. He kills me. Remember, he reminds me of Reggie Evans, the Quincy ACs, like
Oh my
those kind of
God.
guys. He is like the resurrection of that player because he just bullying the China shop. Like game one was comedy, and then like he just followed it up with game two because like as soon as he checked in, it was just constant chaos to the point where Nurse was like, "Come sit down, brother. I need you to come sit down. This is insane." Nah, he is hilarious, man. He is so funny.
And then the best part is like, even when he got the 4th foul against Cat, he's like, what did I do?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, bro, you just whacked the living daylights out of this man. He's trying to go for a layup. Like, what?
Brother, he did the same thing with the play you were talking about with Brunson. He runs Brunson over and puts his hands up like, what happened? Brother, like, what do you mean? Nah, he's comedy, man. Like, there's no way he's real. He's not real. He's AI. I don't believe it, man. There's no way.
He is AI, bro. There's no. This is that. It is. Good God, man. All right. That's how you really know the fix was in. If they didn't call any fouls on Bona, that's how you really know that. If I see that in Game 3, man, I'd be like, family show home court advantage. We are completely turning a blind eye. But even still, with the refs, you know what was really good, disgusting? Brunson took a clean charge on Maxey, and they didn't call that. And then Maxey has the audacity to be like, "Where's my foul?" I'm like,
huh?
What?
Right. Right.
Ah, man. Good Lord, man. That was just ugly. Ugly. All right, CK, let's get to some calls, man. Let's get to hear what the people got to say about this game, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're here for, man. This is the people show. We got to hear what the people think about this game tonight. So let's start it off with Knicksfix, man. Knicksfix, how you feeling, my man? What's going on?
Alex, CK, what up, fellas?
We got to win, man.
Yeah.
Just happy we got to win.
Yeah, man, I'll take it. I mean, you might as well put a jersey on Tony Brothers, man. You might as well put a Philly jersey on him because that was ridiculous, dude. Yo, wasn't he the one who was like beefing with Carmelo all those years ago?
Oh yeah,
he was the ref. Yeah, that was him. Like, bro, that was egregious, man. Some of these calls, you're looking like the Alvarado call. I don't even know if Alvarado touched him. The Josh Hart fouls. It's like, dude, it's so glaringly obvious too. It's not even like the NBA is trying to hide it. When we went into the half down only 1 point, I was surprised. I was like, I'll take it, you know. But yeah, man, I think Cat, you know, he's obviously the engine. We need to just like the hub Cat is like activates Mikal. Like it's easy dive downs. Mikal gets easy layups. But yeah, man, I think we needed Mitchie tonight. The game would have been a blowout if Mitchie played. But the only thing I'm thinking about really is like, is OG okay? Right? Like he's the most valuable Nick. So I don't know, man. I'm watching over that play over and over. He basically runs up the court, kind of holds his hammy, and then goes for he catches the ball and goes up for a dunk. And then he grabs it again and then it sprints to the corner and asks for the ball. So I'm like, is he good? Is it the hamstring? Is it like a cramp? But I could see the Knicks holding him out just one more game, man. What you guys think?
Yeah, I could see him holding him out a game. I mean, you're up 2-0. I think they would rather, you know, he's more important for the long term of this playoff push than just one game. And I don't think you want
100%.
to take that risk unless like he's feeling really good. I trust the medical staff to make that decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's held out one game. And to like your point, Knicksfix, like when I think back to like what happened against the like I'm no doctor, you know, like I don't know. I'm just like making assumptions based on like what I've seen for OG. Like when he went down in that Pacers series 2 years ago, he was visibly hurt and could not run and was truly limping. I mean, as you pointed out, like you see him like hold his hammy before, like on the cut, then stops and then attempts a dunk. I don't know how you could attempt a dunk after like pulling a hand. That's pretty impressive. I don't know. Maybe he's just got that Superman strength, but I don't know. Hopefully it's just a cramp and nothing more.
Yeah, especially if we get
man. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm a doctor, and looking at that play, I'm like, it wasn't as bad as even. You guys remember when we played LA, February of last year, and then he was right in front of LeBron, and he just collapses right there. He holds a hamstring, and he was out for like 5 or 6 games or whatever. It did not look like that at all because he gingerly walks off the court, goes to the bench. So I'm just kind of like, it looks like maybe it might be a game, but if that's the case, then we do need Mitch back because we were getting killed on the boards tonight, man. Just absolutely killed. But yeah, I feel like if Mitch plays, we take game 3. All right, fellas, stay up, man.
All right. Appreciate the call, Knicksfix, man. Appreciate the call. And yeah, look, I think we definitely need Mitch back. We just need some presence on the glass, especially with the way they're calling fouls against Towns. I mean, they're going to do it to Mitch too. I mean, we saw that with Embiid when he was out there. I'm more curious to see if Embiid is back in game 3 because he missed today with some ankle soreness. He's dealing with a hip injury. He's dealing with ankle soreness. We know that he's trying to recover from the decision. We know that his knees are essentially almost done because they're like icing it every single time he goes to the bench. Guy's battling through so many injuries. I'm curious how that all shakes out when he returns. But with regards to OG, look, if he is so critical into what the Knicks do, so critical. Yeah, we need Mitch back, but like, it would still be an uphill climb just because OG is your best your best overall defender, right? Like McBride's your best perimeter defender, but OG's your best overall defender, your most switchable defender, and then the way that he's playing offensively, like you just need points and need to know where it's going to come from, and he's been very consistent in that manner. Even like tonight, as I said, where he's not shooting the 3-ball well, you can get that from him. So it would be an uphill climb if he doesn't play game 3. Still confident that they can go out there and win. They just have to play closer to a perfect game. You're going to need Josh to really be locked in and Mikal to really, be in his bag that game too. But as of right now, just hoping to see, man, what happens. But definitely need Mitch back so that we can clean up on the glass even better.
Yeah, as you mentioned, with the 2-0 lead, and especially if we do get Mitch back from whatever the illness is that he's dealing with, if it's for the betterment of this playoff run and he has to sit a game, I'm willing to take that shot. I feel like we're deep enough. Not saying we can do it without him, but we're seeing like the likes of like Oklahoma City doing it without J-Dub, and to the point of this team that we're dealing with right now without Embiid. Like, if you want to be in that conversation of being a championship contender, that's the way to see our true worth with our depth. You know what I mean? And I'd rather, if it is that serious, again, I'm not trying to jump to conclusions, but if it is that serious where it's like, yeah, we got to give OG those extra few days and we go into game 3 on Friday, put up a fight, even go out and win that game without OG, like that just adds to the story of what this team and what this journey and what this push is actually going to be. But yeah, I think winning tonight's game is the luxury where we should consider that if it is that serious, where we should just give OG some extra time to heal up.
Yeah, and I think you need to take that. Look, I think as much as you even want the brooms out, CK.
Yeah,
I think that they're gonna try. They tried tonight to give it to the Sixers as being good Lord, man. They were so obvious about it. I could see game 3 going home court advantage. Role players are back home. It kind of has that written all over it. Not saying that it's impossible for the Knicks, but it just kind of has that feeling.
Is it
right
home court advantage though, Alex? Is it?
It's not home
because
court advantage. You're right.
We got a
You're
superstar that really likes that building.
You
I just want to say that we got a guy that really likes that building.
And some couple other players that played in that building very familiar.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, you know what? That is not home court advantage for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Thank you for checking me on that one. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But, who also likes that building? Deuce likes that.
True. True.
You want to know who else likes that building when he became a Knick? Alvarado likes that building. Put up a lot of threes that one, man. Yep. So
that's right. That was that game. You're right. You're very right. Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's true.
You see the vision now. You see.
I see it.
Bombs away that game.
It might have to. It might have to be. It might have to be. But no, I need the dog at the very least 80%. So if he got to sit, if it is that serious and he got to sit, we got to do what we got to do, man. We got
to do what we got to do. Got to do what we got to do, bro. Let's keep going to these callers, man. We got some callers on the line. Let's keep running down the phones. We got Grabba on the line. Grabba on the Discord. What's going on, my man?
I'm in the spot.
You in the spot. You in the place, man. The podium is yours. How you feeling?
CK Alex was good, man.
Happy that we got a win, bro. Your boys playing top tier right now, man. Even in the first 2 games being in some foul trouble, you should be rocking the cat jersey proud right
now. I got the cat jersey on. My boy's in foul trouble, but as you can see, there's nothing they could do with him out there, man. I really don't think nobody in this Eastern Conference can do nothing with him. And he's just playing, with utmost confidence. You see, anytime you get the ball, he's just attacking whoever's in front of him. He's just being consistent with it. Just the fouls, it was just a lot of ticky tack, just like, bro, just brutal calls tonight. Like, we literally just watched 7 games of Detroit and Orlando just punch on each other. And, tonight we're just calling every little, just, I don't know, man. The rest was just brutal tonight. But, I think we good, man. Even, OG, obviously, we hope he good and whatever. But I think even without him, if we have to sit him for like a game or two, they went for it tonight, man. Maxey played 47 minutes out of 48 tonight. Like, they clearly wanted this game bad. They shot the hell out the ball in the first half, still couldn't get it done. So I ain't really worried about them, man. I ain't gonna lie. CK, I think you might have to pull that broom out, brother. It's looking like a go. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about it, yeah. Yeah.
The cap, he was looking smooth. They was pressuring him in that first half, but he stayed under control, and he did what he had to do. Barlow, I think Barlow gave them good minutes. I'll give them that. I think after Drummond and Bono was just picking up fouls, Barlow came in and gave them some good minutes, but I think he still ain't no match for Cat, man. So I think we good, man. I'm just hoping and praying, man. OG the dog, man. That's my spirit animal right there, man. I just hope he good, man. Cause it's just like, damn, man. It's like every time like we get to a point of playoffs and just like they hand me like, damn, bro, get that man some water, some Gatorade, some something, man. Like, damn, dude, like not OG, man. But I just hope he good, man. But we gonna be all right, man. Knicks in 4. Get them brooms out. I ain't worried about it. We gonna go down there, turn up in their city, take over their building, because it's our building, really, man. So I'm gonna holler at y'all boys, man.
Shout out to Grabba, man. Appreciate you for calling in, my man. I just need it stinks, man. Like I'm hyped that we won, but it's like it's so hard to like be so ecstatic when like you have no idea what OG is going through right now. And the fact that it was like with 2:30 some odd minutes left, right? 2 minutes and 30 some odd seconds left. It's like, really, man? Like with that little time left on the clock, that's what it's always at like these inopportune times, man. Like what the it's so frustrating, bro. It's so frustrating. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay. We got Maly on the line, man. Maly, how you feeling?
Maly.
Yo, what's up?
We all right, man. How you doing?
Yeah. Man, I'm good. It was one of those games where you just gotta walk out with the win. Like, no matter how ugly it is, gotta get the win, which what we did. And I think we played pretty solid. The first half, I think, was nasty by the refs. Like, I don't know. I feel like we were playing OKC in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. Like, every little touch, a foul every single time. But I think I'm glad that we weathered the storm because you got a pretty good shooting game from Paul George. Kelly Oubre shot the ball good. VJ Edgecombe shot the ball good. And, the refs weren't on our side and we kind of still came up with the win, which that kind of tells me a lot about this team. I'm not expecting them to really shoot that good, again. But yeah, I mean, I think once we just continue playing like this, I think game 3 is important. Game 3 that's a chance to kind of kill all their confidence. So I'm hoping OG is okay. If he's not 100%, I'd rather him not play. You don't want to risk it. I think this is where you have your depth now. Maybe if he sits a game, someone else steps up, next man up, and hopefully we get him back healthy. Yeah, that's it.
Shout out to you, Maly. And that's the thing, man. Hopefully we get OG back healthy. But yeah, the character of this team, man, it's showing. They're showing what type of team they are right now. They're showing their character right now by the way that they're able to battle through these. Look, they were down. Refs were against them. Sixers were shooting lights out. But yet you're still able to come through and get this victory. says a lot about the character of this team, man. When you think about when Eric Spoelstra said earlier in the season where this is a never die, never quit type of team, this gives you that character. This gives you that identity of what the team is. We've been asking for it. And it goes back to what Eric Spoelstra said, what I just said about what Eric Spoelstra said about this team, where it's never died, never quit. That's the identity of this team right now, man. If they continue to play like that, this team can go pretty far in the postseason, man. And then it's all of a chance, man. It's just a shot. But right now, we're just waiting on what OG is and how he's doing, man. And still no update yet. Still no update yet. Shout out to my guy Chris Persianen. Does great work over at KFS. Does a great job covering the Knicks for clutch points. He said reporters coming back from the Knicks locker room are saying OG wasn't in there and players wouldn't really speak about his health, understandably. So,
yeah,
he wasn't there. He's probably getting treatment right now. Just trying to figure out what it is. And hopefully he can get back to the court soon, man. Hopefully he can get back to I'm just shocked, man. Like, it's just so weird to see him, like, pull up in transition and then still attempt a dunk. And it's like, would you, like, if you pull, like, I don't even know. If you pulled something, are you still attempting a dunk? Or you're just like, yo, man, I walk it off? Because, like, that's still crazy. That's still crazy to me, man. I have no idea. Like, you can see he's in pain, but yet he tried.
Well, I do hoop, but I can't dunk. But I think I would still go up for, a close bucket, go for a layup. I would, yeah. But I'm probably going off on the other leg to go up for that layup.
Yeah, he does it off a 2, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went off a 2 for a dunk. So I can't attest to that. Yeah, that's just OG though, man. The dog. That's the dog in him.
That is the dog in him, man. That is the dog in him. All right, CK, let's get to our next segment of the show. Let's get to key stats of the night. All right, let's get to key stats of the night. And, ugly game, but Knicks still came out with the victory. So let's talk about it, okay? Knicks won this one 108-102. My favorite stat of the night. There were 25 lead changes in the game. 25 lead changes. Very close game. When you're starting to look at all the other numbers, though, and you look at the rebounding, Knicks would lose that one 39-37. No Mitchell Robinson. Karl-Anthony Towns in foul trouble. Porty in foul trouble. Didn't really have a lot of guys who were securing the boards tonight, which is another reason why the Sixers were able to stay close in this one. Knicks did win the assist battle 25-20. They did win the steal battle too, 10-8. They would lose the block battle 6-2. Won the turnover battle. Philly got a little too loosey-goosey with it in the third and fourth quarter. As you saw, guys were like Maxey, Paul George were just making errant passes. Knicks would then win in the field goal percentage, shot 51% to the Sixers 45%. Knicks would lose a three-point shootout contest. Knicks only shot 27% from downtown as the Sixers cooled off a bit in the second half and shot 38% from three. Then you'll get the free throw shot attempts percentage. I mean, Knicks shot 84% to the Sixers 75%. So they won that battle. And then when I look at the hustle stats, my favorite category, Knicks would win their fast break points 15-8. They would also win the second chance opportunity points 13-8. And they win the point in the paint battle, man. They couldn't knock down three, so they had to go attack inside. And they won that battle 56-30. CK, what is your favorite stat of the night? Or if you got multiple.
Easy. Points off turnovers. I love that. Because I always talk about, especially when we talk about the defense in this game, to turn stops and especially turning turnovers into buckets. I think that's how we have those leads like we had in the previous 4 games when you go up by the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, is when you take advantage of other teams' mistakes. And in a game like this one where it was getting really sloppy for us, I think what kept us in the game all the way throughout was taking advantage of, like you mentioned, their sloppy play down the stretch. So to win that out, I think that's a huge stat for me. It was 23-9. So points off turnovers was my stat.
Okay. So points off turnovers is your key stat. Points in the paint, man, is going to be my key stat that I like. I like that just because, look, I think for part of the season we were wondering, especially when it started off, all right, are we going to be 3-point happy like the Celtics to a fault? And we even saw it against the Sixers in the first round where Missoula wanted his team to go and revert back to that 2024 team that won the chip based on shooting a lot of threes. And the Knicks can get 3 happy, but they show that even when the shots are not falling, they're able to mix it up and get into the paint and find good shots. Brunson, Mikal, Cat, Hart, all these guys were getting downhill. Clarkson, we got some guys who made some critical threes, which were certainly necessary to keep this thing in the balance. But when you're looking at just how do you change, like, do you have a different approach if your number one approach isn't working? And they demonstrated that tonight by getting you 56 points in the paint. I thought that was very instrumental to them, especially since you don't have, look, to do that, by the way, with Cat in foul trouble, no Mitchell Robinson, that's so impressive, man. Honestly, to me, that's very impressive. It also gives a testament to how these guys were cutting and getting easy looks and just attacking out in transition too. So points in the paint is my favorite stat of the night, part of the key stats. And shout out to Key Stats, man. And shout out to our sponsor of Key Stats. That is Prize Picks. People, shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's right. Prize Picks is giving you $50 in lineups just for getting started. And you already know that makes every dunk, every dime, and every board hit different. And let me tell you something about Prize Picks. It's easy to play, people, okay? All you got to do is just choose anywhere from 2 to 6 players. 2 to 6 players, and choose more or less on any key statistic that is given to you. So if it's basketball, you can choose more or less on rebounds, points, assists, a combination of 2 or the 3. It could be more or less on a certain amount of three-pointers a player can make. And look, it doesn't just stay to basketball. It goes to any sport. And it doesn't have to just be one sport where you choose 2 to 6 players. You could choose 2 to 6 players from all sports. Look, you got baseball going on. You got hockey happening. The playoffs for hockey are happening. And you got NBA playoffs. So you can do mixing and matching from all those sports and more through Prize Picks. So that way, when you are putting money down, you can feel confident that you can get some earnings, okay? So cool thing is, as I said, you get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. All you need to do is just download the Prize Picks app today and use that promo code KFTV. And once you use that promo code KFTV, you get the opportunity to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right. So the promo code is KFTV to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Shout out to Prize Picks, people. Shout out to Prize Picks. Look, keeping the show rolling. I think another big thing out of this game, CK, another big thing is just how is this team going to adjust if they're going to keep calling fouls for Towns? Like, what do you expect for this team to do if this is what we're going to be seeing on a night-to-night basis?
You said if they don't call fouls for Towns?
No, if they do, man.
If they do,
keep doing it, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We joked. Imagine a full game of Karl-Anthony Towns. We got, it felt like we got a sample. We got preseason type of minutes for Karl-Anthony Towns today, and he was as dominant as he was. Mind you, it's because of the foul trouble, obviously. But like, if he plays, entire game, especially, barring that Mitchell Robinson is back, and now you have a third option in Huck Porty if things go south again. But no, I just hope that Towns comes away from this game realizing that he's just that dude. It's that simple. Like, the way that he was just scoring with ease, like the play that is always that's on the top of my head from today is the one where he went to the left, draws the contact. He realizes I can continue this play and get an and one. Literally just flips it up and gets an and one bank, and it's just like that was just the perfect description of Karl-Anthony Towns in today's game. So if he's going to be this dominant, make those decisions as quick as he does at the top of the key, and on top of that, he's finally getting officiated the right way. Mind you, it took them realizing that they didn't call a single foul on us at all in the second quarter to then start making those calls in the third quarter, but that's neither here nor there. If Towns is getting those calls the right way and playing as dominant as he has, and he's not looking for the fouls, he's looking to play and get the foul with the play. Alex, look, man, like Grabba said, I'm gonna have to get the broom, brother. The broom is gonna have to sit with me for the remainder of this series because it's only gonna be 2 more games in this series. You know what I'm talking about? Because Towns is he's just showing his dominance. This is the guy I feel like we thought we were getting in Atlanta. Not saying we didn't get it because he figured it out, turned into the player that we were all excited about. But when we thought of that Atlanta series, this is what we were expecting. Mismatches, taking advantage, going to the rim, forcing them to foul him because he's so dominant. And, you know, I can't say enough. And this is coming from somebody that was not the biggest Towns believer. This dude is in a crazy spot right now in the best way possible. He's balling right now. So adding fouls to the dominance that he's already asserting himself with right now, yeah, man, go get me the broom. Go get me the broom.
He just needs to work on it, man. And look, I know they were calling it a pretty tight game tonight. Some of them you could argue, say, hey, Towns was, you know, what are we looking at here? But he just needs to clean it up, man. That's just simple and plain. Because as you pointed out, and I wasn't even the biggest Towns believer, but the way that he's playing right now, man, like you guys gotta call it the way it is. He's just been fantastic and so critical for what his team's doing right now. But he's got to clean up the fouls, man, because they're going to keep doing it. They're going to, like, especially when Embiid gets back out there, they're going to give Embiid even more foul calls than what he got tonight.
You're talking about, I thought you were talking about getting fouls because we had to go all season without him
getting the foul. No.
Oh, man. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking because in my defense, all season long, we've been watching him not get foul calls. And in this game, he did a great job. Hell, in the last like 5-6 games, he's been getting foul calls.
Oh, no, he's been getting some foul calls, man. I'm talking about what he's still in foul trouble. Like, how do you adjust to that?
Yeah. That's just something that we're gonna have to go with. Because those damn moving screens that he loves to go with. Let's be honest though, Alex, we gotta give him some credit. When's the last time we've seen him hit the chicken wing? We haven't seen chicken wing in quite some time. We haven't seen chicken wings quite some time. No, it's really mainly off the moving screens and him having to place himself. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not too concerned about it. I feel like, I don't know. Today, even with the fouls that he got, it felt really ticky-tack, and it felt like the referees are trying to make a point. I don't know. I'm not as concerned about the fouling woes. Call me crazy. I'm not. I feel like he's cleaning up. I don't know. I feel like he's cleaned up a lot of the miscues and all the stupid fouls that he was doing throughout this season. But again, I could be wrong because tonight he was in foul trouble. So I don't know. I'm not too concerned about it. I don't think that this continues.
I'm still concerned because once again, like we didn't see Embiid out there. You know, Embiid's going to draw some contact. You know, send him to the free throw line. Towns is probably going to be the primary assignment as well as Mitch. But still, like we just see the impact of Towns. And now with the coupled fact that we don't know what's going on with OG, and you're really going to need Towns a lot more. From an offensive perspective, like you just can't be losing him off the floor, man. He just offers you so much because as we saw, let's go back to that second quarter. They were able to hone in on Brunson. They were really able to hone in on Brunson. And like, granted, Brunson also started doing the dancing too much and trying to create something out of nothing a little bit too much in the second quarter. But they're able to like slow him down a little. Not stop him, but just slow him down and make him have to work a little bit harder.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So not what I'm asking for, but it's like, I think for an adjustment for what they have to do is just maybe go a little bit small ball. If that happens, just try to go out there and push that same pace and see. And this all depends if Embiid's back. But if Embiid's back, I don't think you should be afraid from going small ball and trying to push his limit and see if he can keep up with the pace. And if not, I think you have to, as we saw tonight, you got to play small ball and just keep up with the pace of the Sixers. Just because they don't really have a legit center outside of Embiid and Drummond. So why not?
Fair.
Yeah, why not?
I also, we didn't really talk about because I was curious what you thought. I thought the Knicks accidentally helped out the Sixers today because, I think it was Grabba that said it. I thought Barlow played well. I thought Barlow was probably arguably one of their better bigs of the ones that they rolled out today with Embiid out. Because Andre Drummond seemed like such a non-factor. What's his name? Our boy Adam Bonner was just chaos. But when Barlow came in there, he had Brunson in some trouble at that half court, doing a great job reading and stuff. So that's something I think because I think Nick Nurse noticed it as well. So I think that he might go to him a little bit sooner, and Bonner might be.
I felt like he played the entire fourth quarter, didn't he?
Right. Yeah. Because he was huge. So I give him praise to say that I feel like he's somebody that we probably got to give a little bit more attention to when it comes to Game 3. I think he might be a little bit more of a force.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, we got some more people on the line. CK, let's get to some more of these callers. Let's see what they got to say. We got Rob on the line. Rob, what's going on?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, we can hear you. Stage is yours. How you feeling?
Feeling good. This was not pretty but gritty type of win. Speaking about the cat fouls, it was ticky tacky. You do got to adjust to how the game's being called, and just like how you guys are saying, he's too important. Like you just knew when he was out how much he could be dominating the game, and credit to him for responding the way he did in the third quarter to get back on track. We just need him out there, and we're not always going to be able to afford when he's on the bench. But thought he did a great job of responding. The stat line was crazy, even into the limited minutes. So credit to him. The fourth quarter, happy we close it out. It's been a long time that we've been in a close game, so good to see them pull it out. I want Brunson taking the shots, of course. I mean, no, definitely want him taking the shots. I just would like to see some of that off-ball movement still late in the game, because then it allows him to hone in on him just pounding the rock a little bit. If you can get him some looks, off-ball, I think that could be helpful going forward. But, Captain Clutch for a reason. He closed it out for us, and, prayers up to OG. Hope he's well. We're going to need him.
Yeah, I would say that to the whole Brunson taking a lot of the shots, I mean, with the last 5 minutes in a close game like this, you could try a little bit more, but really, when it gets down to these moments, you want the ball in your best player's hand. And man, it's very arguable who you want the ball in the hand at this point, because Cat is showing his dominance right now, but JB's just done it so many times where he can close things out that I can't really blame Mike Brown for saying, I don't want there to be a turnover. I don't want anything to happen, because especially with the game and the balance like that in the fourth quarter, I could just see why you want the ball in Brunson's hands with those minutes, with so few minutes left.
Definitely fair, and he definitely has the best control over handling the rock out of that remaining lineup. Just some with Paul George on Cat, maybe just get him on the block one time in those last couple of minutes. But again, I mean, it's hard to say. Brunson's the guy, so got to see him taking shots. Just sometimes it just looks like it's a lot of effort, but definitely trust him at this point. There's no reason not to.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'd say absolutely. Appreciate the call, Rob. Appreciate you for tapping in. Look, I think it's always going to be difficult to. I know we want to see that more. I just think it's just difficult when it gets down to 5 minutes or less. Maybe you could do it earlier in the 5 minutes, but once it gets down to like a few more minutes, like you just want your best player going mano a mano, and that's really what the point of like designing this team was, so that Brunson didn't have to do that for 4 quarters. He could pick and choose when he needs to do it, right? That's the luxury you're supposed to have with him at this point. That's why even like when you go back to like when Julius was here, it's like, oh, Julius in the first quarter. It's like, well, do you want Julius to get going in the first quarter, or you're going to take the risk of whatever he does in the fourth quarter, right? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot more wiggle room for him to like be careless with the basketball in the first quarter, because you can at least work your way back into it, because he's not going to take every single shot. But then when you get to the fourth quarter, like I still can't forget, what was it? I think it was, well, I forget what year it was. I know Brunson was on the team too, but like it was against the Bulls, and it's like Tibbs drew like an after timeout play, and it's like that's the play where you had Randall just dribble, like drain the shot clock, and then it was just an air ball. You remember,
There were so many of those, but I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was against Chicago too, and I'm like, what in the world is that? And that's why you wanted it in Brunson's hands, man. And look, even with Paul George tonight on Cat, look, he caused problems, man. Paul George is a very good defender. He like those 25 games that 25 game suspension gave him some new life, man. So I'm fine with keeping it to Captain Clutch, man, to close these things out, man. Totally fine. We got FrankNittyTooGritty in the chat and on the Discord, man. FrankNittyTooGritty, how you feeling? How you doing today?
Hey, how y'all guys doing, man?
We're doing all right, man. Knicks won. Just wondering about OG, but how you feeling about this game tonight?
Worrisome, just a little bit. Excited
worried
though.
About OG? Why are you worried, man?
Yeah, of course I'm worried about OG, man. It's always scary with OG. I feel like definitely a top 3 player, one of the big 3 on this team. He's so good. Just offensively, defensively, he's baby Kawhi through and through, man. He kept us alive throughout this game, and without OG, I don't know if we really would have won this game. It was sad to see him out, but it's exciting though at the same time though to see OG out at the end of the game, Cat out for at least half the game. Jalen Brunson didn't really get going till the fourth quarter. You know, a lot of people just they weren't really going too much, and we still came through and won the game. And even having Joel Embiid out, that's a plus for the 76ers. So, you know, it's just looking great for us with him coming back most likely next game too.
Yeah, it is, and I'm very curious to see when Embiid comes back how it all works out, because I feel like it's advantage Knicks when he's out there. Like the injuries are it's just for him, it's just so tough for him to move that it's almost a traffic cone. I mean, we saw that in game 1. So I kind of hope that he kind of does return. Like the Sixers without them are just a little too dynamic. I mean, it's still like a good matchup for Towns to just like body anybody without Embiid in there, but like as we even saw tonight, they were generating some really good looks. And when you give, you know, they were talking about it on the broadcast, and like when you give guys more shot attempts, they get more comfortable. And so like Paul George is clearly very comfortable taking those shots and just knocking down threes. So I kind of hope that Embiid is back.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Sorry, CK. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just agreeing. No, this is your world.
Yeah. Appreciate you. But you know, he's just everything just looks slower with him out there. And the 76ers, they're going to be forced to play him. He's known as their quote unquote best player. And, you know, he was just an MVP a couple of years ago. So they're not just going to sit him on the bench, even if he's healthy. They're going to play him no matter what. So that's just going to be an advantage for us, because he can't do anything even offensively against Mitch or even Cat out there. Sometimes OG too. He's not what he once was. And it's just an advantage for any team really that he goes against, apparently besides the Celtics, which is great to see.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But FrankNittyTooGritty, appreciate the call, my man. Appreciate you for tapping in.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, man. You too. It's I just want to see them. I want to see him be back on the court, man. I just want to see it. Honestly, too. Like I just get so frustrated when I see like all the nonsense that he puts out there on social, like the whole foul baiting and all that type of stuff, crying and whatnot. Like, all right, man. If you're gonna do all this crying, show up and play ball. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of how I feel at this point. Like,
yeah,
I want to see him get cooked at this point. All right.
Yeah.
Like that, what Cat did in game 1 to drive past. I want to see more of that, man. I want to see more of that.
Yes.
Because it's not being afraid of the Sixers. I think because we all know that the Knicks struggle with athletic, fast teams, and the Sixers is more of that without Embiid there, man. Without Embiid on the court. We got Karlo, man. Karlo from the Philippines is on the line. Karlo, how you feeling, bro?
Eh, kamusta kayo, Alex and CK?
How you doing, man? What do you think about this one tonight?
Our Jack Knicks are back. Still a great win, though. But this is just a rapid fire comment. First, CK, I agree with you. I don't see Cat doing the chicken wing anymore. Like someone's gonna grab his purse. But I blame the refs on this one. But yes, I agree. He's doing a great job. Well, not great. Maybe satisfactory job defensively now. But for this game and for this series, this is the importance of Mitchie, and I now consider him as the X factor of this series. We didn't had much offensive rebounds without him for this game, and we did a poor job protecting the paint because of his absence. I don't know. I don't want to say any medical opinion on the OG injury, but what I think is Clarkson needs to sprinkle some saliva on that hip. And this one shows our culture, because our grandmas used to do that when we were kids, when we had a boo boo. But OG needs a bucket of that. Clarkson needs to sprinkle some sprinkle dust on the OG's hip, and that's all I have to say, man. We're gonna win the series, so we should not worry about this. So Knicks in 4, and thank you.
Shout out to you, Karlo. Shout out to you for tapping in, man. Man, it's calling from the Philippines. People in the chat, let us know where you're tapping in from. Throw your flags, throw your countries in the chat. Throw your cities, states, wherever you may be. Throw it in the chat right now. Just shout out, okay? Shout out to all you guys. And let's shout out some more super chats, man. We got some super chats flowing in. Where did we leave off? Good Lord. All right. So we left off at shout out to Timothy Danzler for being a franchise channel member for the $5 super chat. He says, let's keep this playoff record going close. The cheesesteaks out in 4. Have you seen that? Did you see that recently? CK speaking about cheesecakes in New York. For any menu that has it says Philly cheesesteak, it says Philly sucks cheesesteak. They just crossed out Philly.
No, I did not know that, and I love that. I love that level of petty.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, we doing this now? That's legit. With the Knicks,
I'm here with that.
Yeah, man. So some restaurants are doing it. If you know any restaurants that are doing it, people, let us know. I'll go dine there. Amazing. All right. When I'm back, I'm gonna go dine there. I'm gonna give them my dollars because I support that petty. Just like I support that, man. But what I don't support is finding out that there's an IHOP in the Bronx that is creating. I don't know if you saw this one too. Omelets with oxtail in it.
Oh no! You should like that, but you know they're not doing it right.
You know they're not doing it right.
You know they're not doing it right. Is it just one that's doing it though, or is this a thing that's
it's only one IHOP and it's the one in the Bronx?
So I don't mean to do the Giannis meme, but maybe because it's just one, maybe they got a chef that knows what they're doing. Do we have any
that much, man?
No, look, it's just one. It's just one, right? So it could be one of those family-owned ones. Do we have any intel on the chef? Do we have any intel on anyone who's been there and tried it? Who is a brave soul to try?
Someone has tried it, man. Let us know in the chat, man.
Because if it's just one, maybe.
Sounds a little too crazy for me, man. It sounds a little too crazy.
Yeah, that's
late night eats. You go to IHOP, get some oxtail and omelet. That's
oh, doesn't sound right at all. You're right. Hold on, I'm trying to get.
If I'm going to IHOP, man, give me some flapjacks. And don't even try too hard. You know what I mean? You said some eggs too? Hell yeah, bro. Keep me safe with that. Anything more than that, we're venturing far. We are venturing out a little too far. But shout out to you, Timothy Dancer. We also got Wild Cat Leon. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Says too close with no Embiid. Why is Cat not looking for the ball or positioning to get the ball in crunch time? He was dominating when he attacked today. He was, man. He tried. I mean, they put Paul George on him, and Paul George stripped him, man. And Paul George is like, he's no slouch of a defender, man. So like, Cat was trying. I'll give Cat credit for that in the fourth quarter for trying. But I think after seeing that he wasn't going to get the shots that he wanted, I mean, he missed a bank shot that he usually makes over Paul George, and then Paul was able to, jar the ball loose. I don't think he was like, I don't think it's worth. I think he decided it's not worth my time to force the issue. Just find a better shot, which is fine, man. That's the right play. That's a smart play to do. Shout out to Max Powers with the $5 super chat. Says Jalen Brunson is averaging 35.5 points per game so far in these playoffs. Go Knicks, lifetime fan and Brooklyn native, now residing in Denver. Hey man, shout out to you for being in Denver. Shout out to you for being a Brooklyn native. Hey, Knicks fans are worldwide, man. Knicks fans are worldwide. Shout out to Bees Noriega. He says, Alex, my October 20th brother. Well, shout out to you, man, for having the same birthday, man. Shout out to Sam. We got the same birthday. Shout out to all the Libras out there. So Alex, my October 21st brother, CK2K, the professional. I'm jumping out the window with this one. Championship bond. You heard? Yeah, man. You heard? Yeah, man. Look, this team is looking good. Just tell me for basketball gods. Just please, basketball guys, let OG be a good man, please.
All right.
Not now, not now. Please, not now. Please let that man be okay. Please let that man be okay. Shout out to New York to Pennsylvania with the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Says Knicks need Robinson because Mitchy no snitchy. That's right, man. Look, if Mitch was out there, guys who were attacking the rim would not be attacking the rim in the same way. Okay. Shout out to Teg for the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. He said, I just want to know who's getting paid. I think he's talking about the rest, man. Yeah, man. I mean, did Tony Brothers have a parlay that he needed to hit? Because some of these calls were crazy. Some of these calls were just like
a lot of them.
Bro, the one that if we're getting back to the ref, this is the one that really irritated the living daylights out of me. Maxey is backing down Jose Alvarado from the right side baseline. Like bump, 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 turnaround jumper.
Yeah.
And it called the foul on Jose. I'm like, yo, what else? What is Jose supposed to do, man? Like, what is he supposed to do? Is he just supposed to stand there and just be like, like, I thought that was some of the best defense I saw, like, against Maxey, just like for him trying to back down, get to the spot. That was that was absolutely crazy. There were so many points in this game where I'm like, the refs are just completely out of their minds. That one was like, for me, was just like over the top. Like, okay, we are clearly on a whole other level of what a call was tonight. Absolutely.
Yep. And the best part didn't work.
No, it didn't, which is what makes it even better, man. Didn't work. It was 5 against 8, and the Knicks still won.
Tough.
Shout out to Anthony Morant for the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Said no one is complaining about picks for Bridges now. Nah, man, he's showing up. He is showing up. He's balling out. He's balling up. I see you on the line, Ari, by the way. I see you on the line, but I'm told to wait until the captain, CP, got back, man, because CP said he wanted to hear your call. So I'm just gonna hold you there for a minute, all right, bro? Just hang tight. CP is almost back. He should be almost back. He said 30 minutes. Texted 30 minutes. But that was at 11 o'clock, so should be back soon now. Should be back. You know as they say in Jamaica, man. Soon come. Shout out to New York City B-Ball with the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. He said, Kosh Patel watching Tony Brothers like,
I like that. That's good.
Oh, brother. Shout out to Raging Pianist with the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Said, Mr. Nurse can't match Dr. Brown. Taco Bell 5 aside. Shout out to Big Fig with the $5 super chat. He says, my cousin been an NBA trainer for 9 years. He saw the clip of OG, came up lame, and said, if it's a strain, it'll be very low grade. Should be fine. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, man. Look, I'm keeping my hopes alive just because the dude legitimately tried to dunk. Like, if you hurt and you're trying to dunk, like, either that man's just got some different strength, man. And if that's the case, yo, let me to the trainer, bro, because I need that strength. That's what I need right now. Shout out to Young Move Maker for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to MA007 for the $5 super chat. He says, refs got to be tight. Spoon fed the Sixers, and they still lost. Took their best shot and still came out with a dub. Knicks battle tested and ref tested. Yeah, man, facts. This team is leveling up in front of our eyes, man. This team is leveling up in front of our eyes. They're playing really good basketball at the right time. Shout out to Corso117 for the $10 super chat and for being a franchise channel member. Says, watching the OG clip in slow-mo, I think he might have gotten kneed in the thigh by George when he went up for a dunk. It looked like he was grabbing his thigh. Praying I'm right. Glad we got the dub. I see a lot of people are giving their opinions. Not here, man. Let's talk about like on X. A lot of doctors out there. I just want answers, man. I just want to know. Yeah. Honestly, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go to sleep. My wife's gonna be like that meme, like, why is he still awake? I'm just gonna be thinking, is OG okay?
Yeah. Eyes wide open.
Yeah, eyes wide. Like, is he okay?
Yeah.
Oh man. Shout out to Sether B for the $2 super chat. Shout out to Hello Jog for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate all the super chats that we got, man. Really do appreciate you. We got what's going on here, man. So let's see, where are people from? Let's get to some of the. Let's see where people are checking from. See, people are checking from Puerto Rico. Shout out to you from Puerto Rico. Who's checking from Puerto Rico? Shout out to Will the Mad Barber from Puerto Rico, man. Shout out to you. Who else out there? Hey, shout out to James. Shout out to Jam Sessions for being part of the Libra Gang. Appreciate you as well. Let's go, man. Who else? Now people talk about zodiac signs in here, man. People talk about zodiac signs. See, this is what you got to do, man. You just mention our birthdays, talk about the sign. Now people gotta go all, talk about all signs all the time. Let's see. Splashy affair. Yeah, man, soon come. We still waiting for CP. I don't know. He gotta be stuck in traffic, bro. He gotta be stuck in traffic. Shout out to STG Nick. All right. Let's get back to the phones, man. Let's get back to the phones. We got legendary Santana on the line. Legendary, what's happening? Legendary Santana, going once.
Hey, how's it going? Can y'all hear me?
There we go. Yes, sir. We can hear you. How you doing? How you feeling?
Good. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to CK. First time calling. First and foremost, I'm happy we got the W. Right, we got the W. That first half, man, the refs were on something because I saw early on Instagram like the point spread was gonna be 7. So, we definitely just won by 6. But yeah, the refs was definitely on something. Happy we got the W. What else? Freaking. Yeah, we got the W. I'm happy JB came through clutch in the last moments. And Cat just got to clean up his foul stuff. He's too valuable. And what's up with Mitch? Because he's been sitting out. Mike Brown been sitting him down the whole year so he could be active in the playoffs. And I don't know where he's just sick. Like, this is the time he got to be ready. But all in all, thanks for the call. I'm happy for the W. 10 games to go for the chip. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. Appreciate the call, legendary. And yeah, Mitch was just he was out with an illness. Who knows? I see people out there wondering if Mitch was out because it's like some sort of like resting him, giving him some rest. Some people were questioning if he was actually sick since there's no Embiid. Did you really need to play Mitch? Some believe that Mike Brown was confident enough that you didn't need him. What do you think, CK?
I think Mitchell Robinson did not feel well. Tried to give it a go. Couldn't get it done. And hopefully he'll be back on Friday. I think we're overthinking.
Yeah, I don't see why you'd take a gamble. If he's good to go,
yeah.
Why even put your guys in this situation where you're shorthanded at the 5 position, which we're already naturally shorthanded? I think he was just sick, man. I think he was just sick. But hey, we got somebody joining us. Hold on one second. We got a special caller and tapping in right now. Hold on one. Wait a minute. Let's make sure that he's all set up, ready to go. There he is. Look at him.
There he is.
The captain. The captain's back.
You see it? Are we live? Am I in the place?
You in the place. You in the spot. The stand is yours.
Yeah. Good win. Good win. I was saying, for this is their 8th game in the playoffs. This is the first one where you can say it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. Because this is one of the weirdest games I've ever seen in terms of flow or lack thereof, vibe. It was just a very weird game, weird energy. And I told wifey, I was like, I hate game 2s. I never like game 2. I always talk about game 2, Al. Like, I
they
never like
it up, man. The refs always switch up.
I never like game. It's always bad juju in game 2 for the team that's up. Always. Yeah. Never fails. I've been watching the NBA for over 30 some odd years. Game 2 for the team that's up, forget about it. You're up against everything. And, that's how this game was. Look, there was a lot of factors at play here. I'm not my usual self because obviously with the OG situation, like everybody else that called in, I am concerned. So while I, enjoy the win, it's kind of dulled down a little bit as we await to hear, the severity of things. So we'll see what's going on there. But hopefully speedy recovery for him because they're going to need him. That's just the bottom line. But either way, as getting to the game now, with no Embiid, the Embiid news coming down, a lot of people weren't surprised by it, but a lot of people also thought that, hey, this is still going to elevate Philly in terms of them playing fast. They're still going to get a desperate team, which they were. And that's what happened in this game, especially from the Philly standpoint. They were great tonight. I give them a lot of credit. I thought for 3.5 quarters, they really took it to the Knicks. Yeah, you can talk about the referees, but they still shot 50 some odd. They were at, like, by the end of the third quarter, they were shooting 54% from three, 50 from the field. They were lights out, just really good shot making. And I thought on the defensive end, I thought Edgecombe did a good enough job on Brunson. JB was just better shot making. Overall, their defense was tight. They were on a string. So they were the aggressors. You could expect it. The Knicks were up against it with no Mitch. Karl picks up his third foul in the second quarter, and you could see him kind of motioning to the bench like, leave me in. And I'm like, no, take him out. I'm like, no, you get to the bench. Unfortunately, they lost him for the whole first half, but you got to save him from himself. Yeah. So, and then you had no Mitch. So you basically with no Towns and no Mitch in this game for the first half. You can basically say that. But in Towns is in favor of Towns, look at the numbers that he got, and he barely played. So that tells you everything you need to know in terms of his effectiveness, his efficiency, and his impact on this series. I thought he was great. There was a lot of comments about JB, the 2-minute offense. Was he holding on to the ball a little bit? I think, Al, you said it. It's a tricky balance because tonight you're going up against a Philly defense that really required you to dig deep and get some elite shot making. I thought that's how good their defense was. And that's why when it comes to a trust factor, yeah, you can lean on some guys some nights, but your stars also got to take you home. And I thought JB did that at the right times in this game. The 26 points, 9 and 21 from the field. Like some nights you just got to go to your guy and let him deliver. So I thought he was good. The 2-minute offense was a little bit dicey though, in terms of Philly really applying pressure. The Knicks really couldn't get anything smooth going. So luckily, the Knicks defense was good enough to hold Maxey and George at one point to 1 for 9 to open up the fourth quarter, and so that was good because for a while there, the Philly could have easily chipped into that lead and maybe even taken the lead in the fourth quarter. But Knicks did just enough. They got the job done, and you go up 2-0 and you're thankful for it. But like I said, the OG situation is a concern for me. And yeah, as I said in the playoffs, they were building a legitimate big three here, and he was playing well tonight. But we all know the injuries that's still the Achilles heel for him, for lack of a better word. So you just got to hope that it's something mild and not on the longer term side, because they can't really afford to lose him. Look, in the next man up situation, I think Mikal will get an opportunity if that's the case, and obviously it'll be Mo or Shamit for the most part, then Mo. So I think it'll be an opportunity for Knicks to lean on their depth should he be out for any time at time. But yeah, just a concern. That's all, man. Just a concern right now.
Is any part of you, CP, encouraged that it's not that bad just because, well, when you look back at the video, you see that he's holding onto his hammy as he's trying to make a cut down the middle of the court. He's able to reset, get the ball and attempt to dunk. Then I know he's like jumping essentially, like, and trying to stay off of it. But then he does get back out to, he does get back on the other side and he gets in the defensive stance, and it looks like he's moving okay, like not great. And shout out to Larry, part of the Left Coast Knicks, just like he added me in the video, and I sent it in the squad chat and Slack. But part of me is a little bit encouraged. I don't know, but like part of me like thinks that it's not as bad. Obviously not a doctor, but I don't know, just thinking back and like the other injuries, and Knicksfix pointed out, like when you look at like how OG looked in serious pain against Indy, like he couldn't move. You think about when he played against the Lakers, like you could see he was in visible pain. This one, like he had enough to like muscle his way off the court.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you can't diagnose injury just by looking at it. So I don't even want to guess, honestly, man. Like I would love to guess right and say it's nothing crazy, but you just never know. You don't know what it is. You don't know what the degree it is. You don't know how long they want to, keep him out for. If they're taking precaution, how long the precaution takes. All we know is that their medical staff is top notch. It's the best in the league, if not one of the best. But with him, it's who knows, man. Who knows? So, like I said, we're just taking one day at a time. See what the news is tomorrow, and react accordingly. But that's why this game was important. And I just thought, look, for the most part in the game, like I know some people saying like, this wasn't the same team, but like I said, I give Philly a lot of credit in that regard. It's a make or miss league. The Monday night, the Knicks were shooting out of this world lights out. You can't expect that every single night. It's not going to happen. It's the playoffs. It's basketball, period. So you're not going to expect them to be shooting, they shoot like 60, 50, like insane numbers. Tonight, it was Philly's turn with the insane numbers. It just so happened that in the fourth quarter, the Knicks defense was good. I thought Deuce's defense was good. Hart, OG. And so, it just so happened that Philly missed their timely shots in the fourth quarter. But for the most part of the game, between Oubre, Paul George, Edgecombe, they were on fire, man. Maxey, they were on fire. Even Grimes hit a couple shots in the Garden, right? So, but I thought that the key point in the game, the turning point in the game for me was, how about the fourth quarter when they turned it over 3 straight times? And like almost 4. They almost turned it over 4 straight times to open up the fourth quarter.
Thank God for Deuce making that 3.
Bro, I'm beside myself. That one Towns turnover, I was screaming, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? I couldn't believe it. But to me, the turning point was at that 9.5-minute mark when Brown decided to say, Alvarado, appreciate it. We can win this game. We going back to the captain. We had to get serious at that point because to open the fourth, it was terrible to open the fourth. They could have been in so much trouble at that point. Mike Brown said, you know what? Let's get real. Let's get the captain in here to close this out. We need 9 minutes from Jalen to take this thing home. That's what I mean, where it's like, you could make the complaints, the ball's sticky, but in this type of game where the vibes was just crazy, you're going up against the refs, Maxey and those boys are putting pressure on you, the defense is tight, you got to go to your superstar to take you home, man. That's why he's a superstar. And look, he got the job done, man. That's it. Jalen got the job done tonight.
Yeah, he got the job done. That's what you want to see from your guy, man. As you said, that's what you want to see from your guy. But, got to give Mikal some credit too, man, because he hit some big shots down the stretch too. Like there was like that midi pull-up that he had. I thought that was the one. I thought that was an when he hit that. Like JB got some very tough shots to create that 4 or 5 point separation. But that one that Mikal hit, man, I thought he was instrumental tonight, just because look, offensively, defensively, and look, we saw Deuce out there, but then if you don't have OG, that means Mikal's got to take. And I thought he held his own. Yeah.
I did like Mikal in this one. But even Mike Brown just opting to stay with Deuce on Maxey because, especially in the fourth quarter, I thought Deuce did a pretty good job, and he had to because his offense was absolutely dreadful, and there was just so many boneheaded turnovers by this team overall in this game. That's why I say the vibes was just off. But I thought Mikal played well. Especially in the offensive end.
Were you shocked that Clarkson wasn't in there at all in the fourth quarter? Because he had some good moments in that second quarter.
He did. I thought Clarkson he's always gritty, man. And
he had 5 boards. He went 2 of 4 from the field, had 5 boards.
Yes, he did. And when Huck was all out of sorts, it just seemed like Clarkson was always there to save them from things really getting out of hand, especially in Huck's minutes. And that's the thing with Huck. And people's like, is he gonna play? I'm like, Huck's my guy. He's just this is just a little too bright for him. The lights are just a little too bright for him. And they were picking on him all of his minutes.
Yes.
But thankfully, especially in this series, we have the luxury to go to Hart at the small ball 5. You went to OG at the small ball 5. You went to Sohan at the small ball 5. So they do have a little bit of leeway here, and the biggest one is you get Mitch back on Friday. So you know what I'm saying, we got to get serious. Shout out to Huck. Listen, he'll scrap, he'll play hard, but it's just up here. This is the playoffs. you dealing with Andre Drummond, you're dealing with Tyrese Maxey. It's a lot of experience and a lot of savvy. Andre Drummond was a former star himself, so he knows those little big man tricks to get Huck. And then Tyrese Maxey, being a savvy guard, he knows how to get the body into and manipulate the bigs and manipulate the refs, really. So, hopefully you get Mitch back on Friday and you get back to it.
Speaking of Friday, me and Alex talked about it, so I'm really curious about what you think about it. Again, we don't know the severity of the injury for OG Anunoby, but if it is one of those things where it is considered day to day, we talked about the possibility of sitting him out. What's your thoughts on if we decided to go without OG for Game 3? You think that would probably be the smart move to let him rest if it is a day to day kind of thing, or do you think that OG tries to tough it out and play in that game? What's your thoughts about that? I think me and Alex both agree that if it has to be, we're deep enough. Go ahead. We won 2 games. We're 2-0. You could take that risk in Game 3. Let him sit. Be ready for Game 4. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's why tonight's win was so critical, because I think we'll see what comes out. We'll see what comes out, but resting him is a huge possibility, and that's why tonight's game was critical. Everybody wants to talk about the brooms. I'm gonna put the brooms back in the closet. Let's just take this one game at a time. Next man up.
He's talking to you, CK.
Next man up.
Yeah.
And look, I like our depth, but I think it's an opportunity from Cal. Look at the production from Karl-Anthony Towns. You barely even saw him in this game, and you look up. We looked up on the jumbotron, and he was like, "Yo, he got 20 points." We was like, "Yo, where did that even come from?"
Look at the rest of the stat sheet, because he not only got 20 points, 10 boards, and 7 assists.
Yeah. So the bodega is still percolating. I think it's an opportunity for Mikal. He's got Shamet. You might get a little outburst from Shamet. Deuce got to get it cracking. Maybe Clarkson gets some more offense. So it will certainly hurt without him, because OG's been playing so well, man, in this playoffs. Yeah. He's been the star of this team. Jalen and Karlo are expected to be stars, but OG has really elevated his star in the 8 games that they played so far. So that's why it's just like, man, it's like I said, the vibes is just off, man. The vibes is off tonight. You know how bad the vibes were tonight? The PA announcer, Mike Wilczewski, he lost his voice in the second quarter.
Oof.
What? My man was like sounding like Jadakiss calling the names. He couldn't even say 3-point goal. He couldn't say it. He was like, this is a 3-point goal, Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, it was like the Knicks were the visitor. I promise you. Y'all couldn't hear it. CK, you was doing play-by-play.
Yeah,
and Al, even when you watch it on the broadcast, you can't hear, like, you can hear him, but I'm telling you, he lost his voice. Anybody that was at the Garden tonight will tell you, Mike Wilczewski lost his voice. I said, bro, I've been coming to the Garden for God knows how long. I never heard this before in my life.
Never. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Never. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Never. He's so iconic that his backup does his same tones on all the calls. Y'all ever notice that? I promise you, Alex. Anybody that goes to God knows. The backup for Mike Wilczewski calls the names just like Mike does.
Yeah. That's crazy.
He patented all the names. I promise you. And that guy's been here for a little while. But yeah, even Mike Wilczewski lost his voice. He had the Game 2 bad vibes with the refs. Well, I'm very superstitious about Game 2. Oh, it was terrible. Okay. I'm always superstitious about the I always throw the tinfoil kufi on for Game 2, Al. You know this. I tell you this all the time. Game 2 is when they try to even the score for the other team. Philadelphia, everything was light for them. Everything. For the Knicks, guys were getting thrown on the floor. No calls. I thought Josh did a good job trying to like sell some to get some back. Now, the foul that he had on Paul George, I don't know why or how he ended up getting a technical on that, because Stevie Wonder could have seen that was a terrible foul. You got to keep your hands out of it's Paul George. You got to keep your hands out of the cookie jar, man.
He had a clean strip on Paul George. I was like, that's a foul.
Yup.
He had a clean strip. I was like, that's crazy. Nah, the CP, I don't know if you knew this, but they did not call the first foul in the second quarter until 2 minutes, 37 seconds left. Brunson did get the first free throw, which was shot by Brunson in that quarter.
Yeah.
Didn't have it till like 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's the game too bad vibes, man. It's the game too bad vibes. I've seen it too many times, man, in the sport. Always happens, you know. So, but look, that like I said, it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. As I just felt like as long as they would keep it close, they're gonna win the game because they will out talent the Sixers and being at home and all of that. So that was good. Like I said, the 2-minute offense was a little dicey. It got a little dicey, but it was good practice to see how they handle pressure and handle ball pressure and things of that nature. So we need more from Deuce, man. We need more. We need more. We need more. Deuce, we need more. You know, we need more from Deuce. Because like I said, that now you might.
Well in Philly.
Huh?
He shoots well in Philly. So
yeah, we need more. I didn't like his decision making. The too many bonehead turnovers, the travels and all of that. We need more from
Plays
Deuce.
timid. Yeah,
yeah. That's it. But again, but you know, overall, Deuce in the playoffs has been a mixed bag, and maybe you got to go back and look at film, but maybe that's just a product of playing better defenses against a guy who doesn't have that much of a hand, like, you know what I mean? Like shot creation. You got to set Deuce up. So I think it's a little bit of that as well, because Deuce in the playoffs is always kind of like, you know, it's a dip from his regular season production.
Yeah.
It's a dip, but they need a little bit more from the bench. They need a little bit more bench scoring, because every time I see Clarkson take a three, I'm like, that's not your shot anymore. you got to attack the basket.
Sad. Yeah.
You got to attack the basket. Clarkson, when was the last time Clarkson hit a three? NBA Cup?
I think Utah.
Probably. Yeah, NBA
you know what I'm saying?
Probably, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we need a little more Deuce. We need a little bit more from Deuce, man. A little bit more, especially on the road, right? Because, you know, I do like the matchup between him and Grimes. I feel like they kind of take it personal. They go at each other, man. They really do. You see that?
Yeah,
bro. It's so trippy seeing them defend each other, but you know,
man.
His Grimes knows, like, man, it's like, yo, I got traded, and then you took my spot. And Deuce is like, yo, I'm doing the thing you were supposed to do, but you couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't do it. Yeah.
I had a lot of hope for Grimes. Y'all know I was Grimes hive heavy, man.
Me too.
I had a lot of hope,
man. Same.
Me too.
I had a lot of hope, you know. Just hasn't really. You know, everybody got hyped last year with his April outburst, and we all knew that was like regular Grimes. that's what Grimes does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was hoping, you know, Grimes had potential, man. He really did, but I don't know. It's kind of like the jumper was really it, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's another one that, like, his like in between bag is not really there. So he really needs to be like a high volume, efficient 3-point shooter, but he really hasn't been that either.
No,
you know,
and he has a handle too, which is crazy. Like he has a handle, he has the speed to get downhill.
Right? Remember, he has
an all-around game,
but he has
always thought it was underrated.
But there's no mid range. He has no mid range game.
Nah. Yeah.
And to answer your question about Clarkson, he hasn't hit a three since March 20th when they played Brooklyn.
There you go. Clarkson is his gritty. That's so every time I see him hit a three, like it's almost worse than Josh Hart.
Now, to be fair, he only takes 1 3 a game.
Right.
Which is
that's what I'm saying.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah.
He's gone over a month. We're talking about a month and a half of not hitting a three.
And somehow his production got better. Make that make sense.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Can't hit a three, but his production has been great for us. That's crazy.
Let's load up some people on the Discord. Shout out to everybody who popped out afterwards. That's always a good moment. Is popping outside the garden and seeing all your KFTV viewers that you never seen before, but also your regulars, like seeing TRIPLEM. He's on the call right now. Hoodie's Vintage. Shout out to Hoodie. Shout out to Anthony MSG. Shout out to Greg Armstrong and Young Armstrong Jr. Like seeing those guys, seeing those regular. Jason Woke, shout out my guy Jason Woke, man. He pulled up. He's on his way back to his crib now, but shout out to Jason Woke. So it was good to see a lot of the regulars and familiar faces outside as well. Okay. Let's get to the phones. Let's get to STG Nick, Garden Report. STG, I didn't see you tonight, man.
Yeah, no, I was just chilling, just in the spot. But yeah, no, I thought energy was good tonight. I think this game was honestly good for us building going forward, just because the last four have just been just blowouts, being up by 25 plus. And the only two games we had really that were close this whole playoff run, we had lost both of them, game 2 against Atlanta and game 3 against Atlanta. So it was good to get, I would call this like a clutch time win, final 5 minutes being within 5 points. It was good to get, one of these out of the way. And yeah, hopefully Mike Wojciechowski's voice is back. I could tell right away in the starting lineup.
Heard that, right?
Oh yeah, no, I could tell right away in the starting lineup as his voice is gone. And then as the game went on, it just progressively got worse and worse and worse. It was rough. Maybe it was from calling all the fouls and the whistles and the timeouts, because it was also a long game. It ended up being almost 3 hours. But no, I liked, the game. Everyone played well for the most part. I really liked the series also from Mikal. This has been 2 back-to-back strong games from Mikal. I feel like we haven't talked about him a lot, but he's been really well. He's been really good for sure. And then I heard some guys that were there before meeting and everything. They said Mitch was out there. I just have a feeling this is because no Embiid playing. They were probably going to go a little bit more smaller and, rest him up and just get him ready for, Friday. Because this second round is every other night. So you got to try to manage Mitch as much as you can.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Are you going on Friday? What's your plan for Philly, sir?
Oh, yeah. We'll be there. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Are you on the Iron Horse? You taking the Amtrak? You jumping on the bus? What are you doing?
You're taking the Amtrak, there and then, in and out sort of thing. Are you hosting anything or just anything?
Nah, we were kicking the tires on it, but being that it's like a Friday, early game, a lot of people are probably like me. I'm just rolling in. I'm taking like a 5 o'clock Amtrak. So, we're kind of just rolling into the stadium type of thing. So, 2 years ago when we did it, we were able to do it on a Saturday afternoon. So that's a little bit easier for people to kind of roll in whenever they need to and kind of casually do it. But the game's too early on a Friday. You expect traffic in the city, so we're just going to roll into the game.
Yeah, same thing. Also, what are your thoughts on this kind of random, the towels? I'm not a fan of these towels this year. What are your thoughts?
I love this year's towels, man.
You like them?
You don't like the towels?
I don't know. The quality's gone down. I remember the towels before used to be thicker.
Well, that they're going to go cheap on. I like these, man. LCK, what do you think, man?
I like them better than the shirt.
What do you think about the towels? You like the towels?
I like the towel better than the shirt.
I like these. These the round 1 towels weren't great. The always Knicks is trash.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, the design is good, but STG's right. You know why, STG?
Why?
It's not a KFTV towel, buddy.
That is true.
The number 1 show for the fans by the fans. See, this is what we don't skimp on quality over here. See, listen, they're a big conglomerate. They got to make 19,000 of these, so they got to go with the single ply, if you will, for $1 a towel. You get what I'm saying? For KFTV, we're going with the terry cloth. Very nice. All right. This is probably $3 a towel. Might go up a little bit if you scale up a little bit, but that's what you get it from shop.knicksfantv.com. For the fans, by the fans. Look at it out. Look at it at NCK. You can see the quality right here in the camera.
See it, yeah.
You can see it.
Damn.
Yeah. That was one thing with Mike Wojciechowski. Game 1, A Boogie was performing at halftime. This is how I knew Mike didn't have his fastball. He called him A Boogie.
Oh, man.
Coming up at halftime, A Boogie with the hoodie. So what do you say, Mike? He got a booger in his nose. What are you saying, Mike? Yeah, salute to everybody at the Garden tonight. Salute to everybody at the watch party as Pharrell. Also, what are you saying, SCG? What did you say?
I was going to say one more thing. I thought one of the funnier moments all night in the arena was when the ball got stuck behind the backboard and Drummond tried to
that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Did you guys see? Did they show that on the telecast?
Yes. That was like WWE levels of sports entertainment. They heel trying to take it down, and then here comes Cat saves the day.
The guard and booed the hell out of Andre Drummond, man. It was hilarious, man. And of course, Cat comes through, gets it in one try. It was perfect. Perfect story. Perfect. That's probably where the game changed. People started loosening up a little bit. Probably where the game changed, man. Yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up to the watch party to it. Slate will be back there on Friday. So make sure you guys tap in at Slate. So yeah, man, that's why I was late, man. I had to go from the Garden, go to Slate, close out at Slate, and then they're doing construction everywhere in the city. So, but now they're doing construction like in and out of the Midtown Tunnel. Oof. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to pull some like Michael Knight maneuvers tonight. You know, sometimes you got to dial it back and just really, you know, get on your Dale Earnhardt. You know, I would have been like another half hour late if I hadn't pulled the maneuvers that I had to pull.
At this point, CB, just say soon come. All right.
Yeah. I had to pull some Dale Earnhardt maneuvers tonight, man. Let's get to it. All right, let's get to the rest of the people, man. TRIPLEM on the Discord, TRIPLEM.
Yo, y'all hear me, bros?
Loud and clear, broski. How you doing?
Yo, what up, bro? CP, Alex, CK2K. First of all, before I get to my Knicks take, I just want to give a shout out to my fellow KFTV Day One, Ari from Manhattan. I mean, the brother went to the Knicks game today.
Yeah, Ari was in the building. He didn't pull up on me, though. He didn't pull up.
Due to Jason, because he's a KnicksFanTV Day One. I mean, these are the type of things that you get from being a KnicksFanTV member. Yeah. I mean, you get recognition from all types of people. So before I get into my Knicks take, man, shout out to Ari from Manhattan. He's been a Day One. Even sometimes he calls and I roll my eyes because I don't know what he's talking about because he just flip flops. You know, now he's talking about Knicks is winning the championship. 1 week ago, he was talking about Knicks might get eliminated by Atlanta. But you know what? I'm not gonna go. It's not a battle with the fans. I love my brother Ari from Manhattan.
You know what? It's not, but we can have him come in, man. But let's you know, we can get a conference call in here. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Ari, talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
Ari from Manhattan on the Discord. Please unmute your mic, sir.
Do you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is.
Right.
Have you changed your tune, sir? Talk to us, man.
All right, so first of all, shout out to TM, and I was gonna actually give you some flowers, CB, because what other place do you go to where the callers get like recognition and get invited to sit courtside of the Knicks, bro?
Yeah.
It's like
Talked about it.
Honestly, it's insane. Like what you built here at KnicksFanTV with back in the day when I got tickets, I took like people listen to the show. What you built here is forget about you. Like your callers being like getting benefits from this, man, and it's a testament to what you built here. And at the end of the day, it's about the quality of it's about just the quality of the content. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
That's it.
You were the first dude to do audio, video, and live callers in America, and
we are the only podcast that take live callers. The only one.
Facts. Yeah. So No, of course. Listen. Your takes. We talk about that in a second. But I'm saying, like, what you built as a business, KnicksFanTV, forget about it, bro. Like, unbelievable. You deserve all the flowers. 100,000 is too little. Like, we gotta ramp it up. I will give you credit for this. I'll give you credit. When the playoffs have started, after you gave that Knicks in 4 take, which is like very casual, after that, you've been spot on. You've been like very spot on.
Here's what I'm going to say. Yeah, they should have won it 4. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I said 6 and 6 happened, shocker. But anyway, what I'm going to say is, listen, TM is right. Listen, I'm a data guy, all right? When the Knicks were down 2-1, we were plus 2,200. Now we're I think plus 900. Okay, so our odds tripled. That's a 300x, right? And we've been playing good ball. And if you ask me, today was my favorite win. It was my favorite win because we didn't shoot well. We played like shit. Excuse my language. We played very poorly. All right. We shot. We were 26% from 3 at the halftime, and Philly was 48%, and we were down 1. Right. And if you're a really elite team, obviously when you shoot the lights out of the ball, you're going to win. But we just won another way, not even playing well without Mitch. And I understand they didn't have Embiid. I get it. But if you don't have Embiid, you're playing faster, and now you. In the pick and roll with Cat, you can't attack him as much.
And they played well. I thought Philly played well. I thought they played well.
They did play well, and that's what I'm saying. They played well. The Knicks played not well, and we still won. We're up 2-0. We have the best odds in the East. Okay, and I mean, listen, I think we. Bro, I don't know, man. I think. And shout out to Mikal Bridges. All right, shout out to Mikal Bridges. Is he worth
Wait,
the
I'm
5
sorry. Could you say that again? I think my headset kind of chipped out, or it might be my internet. What was the last thing you said?
I said, shout out, Mikal Bridges, because I'm a guy who's not a narrative guy. I keep it a buck. I keep it a stack. All right, and that's why KnicksFanTV got the best content. It just is what it is. It's the fact. But shout out to Mikal Bridges. He's been playing 2 to 3 very good games of basketball. It's not about whether he's worth the 5 picks. We know he's not worth the 5 picks. I'm right again. Shocker. All right, we good. But we need him to play good ball, and he's playing very good ball. And I listen, in the stands, we didn't even know OG. Like, me and J. Cal had no idea OG was hurt. Like, nobody knew, which makes me optimistic, because if it is a really bad hamstring, like, you're not going to be able to necessarily walk like that. So I am optimistic. But either way, we have no excuses. The finals, the path is open. We're playing good ball. We're playing our best ball. We're focused, man. I'll land it here. We were up by 50 in the last game before this, or 2 games before, whatever, against Atlanta. We were up by 50. And we came out in the second half with a killer mindset. We've been focused for, I don't know, 12 quarters now, bro. So, salute to the Knicks, man. Shout out to the Knicks. We're going to the finals. This might be the year. And I apologize. They've proven me wrong to a certain extent. Shout out to you. Got best content in the game. Shout out TM, my guy, TM.
All right, from Manhattan, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on. How you going to just take all... He not even gonna shout me out.
Triple M.
Yo, wow. Yo, sorry.
Yo, Triple M, you took your shine, man.
Wow,
we completely forgot you on the line, man.
Yo, they are just gonna leave me out? That's crazy. Wow. Hey, he don't even give me a shout out after I give him his flowers, bro. You know what?
He left you high and dry.
I take it back, yo. J. Cal, that was a bad thing you did, man. You should never taken them, bro.
Let's go.
All right, hold on. Let me give my take. All right, first of all,
I shouted you out like 3 times, but you're right. My bad.
Well, we forgot Triple M started the call and allowed Ari to get on. Triple M, go ahead. The floor is yours. We're not even going to say nothing. You could take over.
Ari, I love you, bro. First of all, let's send OG to Germany right now. Let's give them hamstring, extra steroids that he needs, you know. Give him 2 weeks, you know. This is why this win was so important today, bro. This was an important win today. We give OG like 2 weeks, send him to Germany, Spain, wherever Luka went. Luka's not back yet, but you know when Luka come back, he's going to average like 41 today. But, you know, send him now. You know, and this was an important win because... Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, CK, I had the broom out. Right now. You know, I had the broom out. I was sweeping today automatically. You know, the kids make a mess. I was sweeping everything that they did. But I had to put the broom away. I'm chilling right now. This win humbled me, man. You know, this win was a humbling win, you know, because Tyrese Maxey is still a problem. You know, VJ is still a problem. This team... Even without Embiid, still presents a lot of issues that the Knicks still have. And this was a humbling win. So I'm glad that this win happened. But I'm going to put the broom away for a little bit. But look, I was already booking Airbnbs in OKC. You know, I had to cancel it. No, I'm not going to lie. I did not cancel it. It's still there, you know, but I had to just like put it on the DL. But this is a humbling win. Because... I still think with JB, we still take one in Philly, even without OG. You know, we still take one in Philly, and we come back and finish it at home. But this is a win that this is an opportunity for other people to step up. And, you know, CP, you always talked about, you know, you remember J.R. Smith, he got knocked down in the ground by fake Knicks fans. They wasn't here when we was here asking for wings. You know, we used to argue about Lance Thomas, you know, those Noah Vonlehs, you know, forward wings. We were dying for wings. And for the first time, we have wing depth. So this is a great opportunity for our other wing depths to show what they have. And I'm going to land the plane here. This is the opportunity for other people to step up. You know, like I said, send OG to Germany tonight. Give him a flight to Germany, Spain, wherever you got to go tonight. Give him a week or two off, and let's get right. Let's everybody step up. Let's put the brooms away. It might be Knicks and 6, you know, Knicks and 5, Knicks and 6. Put the brooms away, everybody. And shout out to my brother Ari from Manhattan. Shout out to you for saying courtside with J Cal. Shout out to J Cal for putting everybody. And J Cal, you taking everybody to Philly. Don't forget Triple M while you going to Philly, man. Don't forget us. And shout out to Knicks Fan TV, #1 show for the fans, by the fans. That's it. Triple M, we out of here. Shout out to CK. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to CP. You already know the vibes.
Let's go. Triple M on the Discord. He had to get his money's worth. He definitely had to get his money's worth, man. And speaking of monies, fellas, we got a couple $100 super chats we got to shout out. Shout out to, whoa. We got a $200 super chat from J Cal in the building. Says, I'm out here doing KFTV group therapy. Tonight was intensive PTSD therapy with Ari from Manhattan. So J Cal gives us the real. But here we go. It worked. We got a brand new Ari, ladies and gentlemen. Rate Ari's call in the chat, 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Rate Triple M's call in the chat, 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Fellas, I mean, what you guys think about that Ari call, CK and Alex, man? It's a brand new Ari, man.
I'm not falling for it. We're gonna act like we didn't hear the backhand that he showed. He said Mikal played basketball for 3 games. It was just a random straight. It was a random straight.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm not, the Bridges High president. I'm not letting that slide. I'm not letting it slide.
Let's go.
You know, but yeah, congratulations to the. Well, Alex, we were here beginning of the season when Ari called in and he said he's leaving the toxic stuff to the side.
Hey, this is a good point.
I'm not falling for it, Ari. I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. Not falling for it.
Not falling for it, man.
Not falling.
I think, look, he's a big J Cal fan. I think just meeting J Cal, going to the game with J Cal, he's in great spirits right now. He's a very big J Cal fan. I think by next week he's gonna turn on him. Yeah.
Oh damn.
I think
Next week. CP's saying CP's not even giving him a month. He said next week. Damn.
Listen, I've been hearing for Ari for 9 years. If y'all think about that, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. You know by now what somebody's gonna say when you hear from them. You know, at 365 days a year, you hear from that person. You know, 100 times a year, every year for 9 years. You know what the person's going to say. You know how they're going to react. I'll take it for tonight. We'll accept it for tonight. I'm with CK. You can't trust it, man. You can't trust it.
Not falling for it. Not falling for it.
Nah, not at all.
I can see the steel chair, man. I watched enough WWE. The steel chair is coming. J Cal, watch your back, J Cal.
1,000%. Shout out to our guy, man, Jason Woke in the building. Shout out to Woke producer, a $100 super chat. And Jason says, salute, gents. We got the win we needed and need to stay the course, man. Get the series in 4 so OG can rest up. Great to see you at the game, man. Shout out to Jason Woke. Absolutely, man. Knicks Nation, let's continue to donate to KnicksFanTV. That was his words. That wasn't mine. That was his words. Well, we appreciate Jason Woke for contributing to the machine, man. If you guys want to do so, we appreciate the super chats. You can also send us a super chat via Cash App, $KnicksFanTV, or PayPal, KnicksFanTV@gmail.com to support KnicksFanTV, your hosts, your newsletter writers, your support staff, everybody in KFTV, man. We got a big group, so we appreciate everybody for supporting the machine. Okay, shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck T, fellas. Let's go. $50 super chat says, missed the second half due to an event, but was on pins and needles during the talk. Glad we got the W when the smoke cleared. It's realized right now that the Knicks do have a switch, and the big switch is Mike Brown with his deep box of toys. Next man up is real, man. 10 more, 1 game at a time. Yeah, next man up. Definitely going to have to lean on that for Philly. And, you know, look, OG situation is legit. Is it as bad as it looked? You know, we'll see, man. We'll take one day at a time. That's what I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing right now is one day at a time. We'll see what's going on. That's it. All right, who we want to go to on the Discord? There he is. Let's go to J Cal, man. J Cal on the Discord. What's good?
All right, can you hear me okay, boys?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, man.
I got to tell you about the Ari experience.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, my God. So, listen, I got it dialed in. I had courtside for the Atlanta game. I figured out a way with my connects to get courtside for Friday. Philly tried to stop me. They pulled out all the stops. They're banning everybody, but my connects hooked it up. I got the courtside.
Let's go.
I got to sit behind the Knicks bench on Monday, and I'm sitting here. I'm cranking on my computer. I'm like, I got to go to the game. I'm like, I forgot to invite someone. My brother can't make it. All right, you know what? Let's have some fun. I'm just going to tweet, hey, anybody retweet this? You want to come to the game? I'll take a real fan. Because I know, hey, listen, when I was coming up in the game, I would go to the Garden with a sign that said, real Knicks fan needs one ticket. And I'd stand by that VIP entrance in the Ewing and Jordan era. I kid you not, every time somebody would either give me a free ticket in the hundreds, in the first 4 rows, or they would just sell it to me at face value. And the scalpers were not happy with me. But I would just print it out a sign, real fan needs one ticket. And every time I got in. So I know it's like, it's hard to get playoff tickets, man. This is like, there's only one Garden. There's only so many seats. So I see Ari enters the contest. I'm like, you know what? I never met Ari in person. I love his calls. And I'm like, this could be fun. This could be like a fun experience. So I'm like, okay, meet me over here. We'll meet at 7:15. 7:15, no Ari. 7:20, no Ari. I get the text. I'm stuck in traffic. I'm like, bro. I'm sorry, 6:30. 6:30.
Ari, you live in the city.
Yeah, he's coming.
You live in the city, Ari. How are you stuck in traffic?
15 minutes away. I'm coming from Brooklyn. I'm coming all the way from Bay Ridge at my mom's. I'm from the Brownstone. I'm in a 50-minute Uber ride. I sent him the Uber, like, watch me on the map. He knows minute by minute when I'm going to get there. He's like giving me the breakdown. I'm a Herald Square. I'm 2 blocks away. I'm like, bro, you got to walk or whatever, but don't worry about it.
He says the E train was down. Hey,
literally.
He said Mom Donnie's NYC, don't complain.
His dog ate the homework. Me put in a bike lane. There was a protest. I mean, it was every excuse in the book. He shows up. He's sweating. He's running. He's like, oh my God, Jake, this is the greatest day of my life. I'm like, all right, let's make it fun. We go in. And, we get to the seats. He's losing his mind. He can't believe it. These are pretty good seats. They're not the best, but, it's not exactly courtside, but we're a couple rows back. It's very nice. And, I love KnicksFanTV. I love the community you built because, hey, listen, the highest IQ fans in the world are Knicks fans. Yeah. Highest IQ fans amongst Knicks fans are KnicksFanTV fans, obviously. Yeah. And then you got Alex, you got CK. We all understand, and we know, Alex knows, we're going to the finals. CK understands this team is going to the finals. But CP and Ari were in the car crash when it flipped and they have PTSD. So they don't understand we're going to the finals. So I'm like, I got to help Ari. Now, this is the wrong game to bring Ari to. I needed to bring Ari to Monday's game.
Yes.
Because during the game, he's losing his mind.
He's doom and glooming. Bro, I told you, bro. I
told you 5 picks.
5 picks.
Cat
he's doom and glooming.
When Cat got that moving screen foul, Ari is going crazy. He's talking to our neighbors. Then Ari's like, Jake, I got everything. Everything's on the house. I'm like, oh, that's very generous. Thank you. I don't drink or anything, so I get a bottle of water, get a chicken sandwich. I let him pay for it. Very gracious. He's a good kid. And so he orders a double Jameson. Then he orders another double Jameson. But so he's going he's sipping like CP. Game 7 win. And I'm like, yo, we're not even in this. We're in the second quarter. He's 4 in. So he's losing his mind at this game because, Maxi's activated. We knew Maxi would be activated. So he starts scoring at will. Cat gets in foul trouble. He's losing his mind. Bridges is not. Deuce is. Everything's an issue. He's going crazy. So then the guy who's the waiter is like, kind of like, are you sure you want another double? He's like, yeah, I want a double. What are you, like, cutting me off? So he starts getting into it with the waiter. The waiter's like, hey.
He's suggesting, like, buddy, we're gonna have to cut you off soon. But this is the Ari experience. I'm already envisioning all of this happening. I can see it all.
So amazing. So, we're now like, and the guy's like, you want it on the rocks or do you want it neat? He's like, I don't care. I just want it. Like, where is it? It's incredible. So then people recognize me sometimes. They ask for a selfie. And that's why I love to go with CP, because it checks my ego. Because when I go with CP and I roll together, and we've seen, I don't know how many playoff games we've been together, but man, we were at that Atlanta Hawks with Julius Randle was high on the 420. Yeah. I mean, we've been at a lot of these. We have a great time. Sitting with CP is the best because the fans give him love and he knows the game and he's focused on the game. CP and I sit there, we talk about statistics, we talk about strategy. It's very tight. But Ari's got PTSD. So he's seeing headlines about the 5 picks. He's seeing Cat 3 fouls. Why are we making the substitution? It's like going with a madman. It's like going with the Joker. Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah. The Ari experience, if you've never had it, I got to see 2 shows tonight. 100%. I got to see the Ari experience, and I got to see the Knicks get a win. It was fantastic. Shout out to Ari from Manhattan. He's just a classic. He's a dime. He is a great kid. I will be in Philly. I think are you doing a show tomorrow? CP?
Yeah, we got Schmelk tomorrow, 12:30, and then I'm shifting to Philly, man. I'll be there, Philly. I'll
see you there. I'm going to try to procure 2 tickets that you can give away on the show tomorrow. I'm going to try to get like 2 really bad tickets and the building tickets, but I want like some really obnoxious Knicks fans who are going to mix it up and get crazy. So we'll do it.
I'm sure somebody in the KFTV fan will jump on that, man. So 12:30, we're going to go live at 12:30. John Schmelk, hit me up, text me, J Cal, whatever you want to do.
We're going to win in 5. We're going to win in 5. Don't worry about OG. He's a dog. He'll be back.
Let's go.
Cat, and listen, Cat is still a bit of a head case. But he has these brilliant moments. Somebody just got to sit him down and say, you cannot get into stupid foul trouble. So hopefully, well, I think Hart's going to talk to him. Hart seems to be the one person who can get through him. Hart's going to come and just say, hey, listen, stop with the stupid fouls. We need him. We should have been up 10, 20 points in this game by the half if Cat just did his job. All right. Great job, everybody. Alex, CK, I would take you with me, but you guys don't have PTSD. I'm only doing PTSD players. No, I want to go to a game with Alex and CK. We got to get that set up next. Next round, we'll go. All right. Thanks, guys.
Let's do it. J Cal on the Discord. Salute to J Cal. And listen, man, I've already experienced watching games with Ari at the KFTV watch party. So as J Cal's breaking it down, I see it, I can hear it. You know what I mean? I can see myself sitting next to Ari because that's what he does. That's what he does. But shout out to Ari, shout out to J Cal, and hey, he said it. 2 tickets tomorrow. Make sure y'all tap in 12:30 show, man. 2 tickets. Y'all want to go to Philly with us? J Cal said, man, he's got y'all covered next nation. So make sure y'all tap in to the 12:30 show. Al and TK, you guys are not surprised about this Ari experience.
No.
Not surprised. No.
Not at all.
I'm not surprised, man. But Ari, how you show up late? It's crazy. Go ahead, Al.
Nah, I mean, like, as CK pointed out, it was, like, not going to be toxic. Then we go on the 9-game losing streak, and then, hey, and rightfully so, you should be pissed watching those games. Hey, you should be pissed when you watch the Knicks barely beat bottom feeder teams. But we've seen it, man. We've seen it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, let's go to Sun Doggy, man. $20 super chat. Sun Doggy salute, says OG get well soon. Sweated this game out, but let's stay positive. Salute. And Sun Doggy also gifts 10 franchise channel members.
Yeesh. Congrats.
There we go, man. Shout out to Sun Doggy, man. Shout out to Got You Open, gifted a franchise channel membership as well. Shout out to NYC Money. Shout out to Caleb. Salute. It's $5 super chat. Says love this one more than the last. Let's go, man. Shout out to NYC Money, man. Salute, man. Muscle on Lips says CP contact your sources about OG. Yeah, like I said, man. Just take it one day at a time. That's all I'll say, man. We'll just take it one day at a time. We'll just take it one day at a time. Shout out Sotheby says, talk to CP on the CP steps. On the MSG steps. What a pleasure. Salute, man. Salute to you. Hella Jug says, knew we'd win when Cat won the broomstick battle. Yeah, like I said, that kind of changed the vibe. It kind of changed the vibe in the building, man. The Cat won the room sick battle. We were like, all right, we okay. We're okay. So shout out to them. All right, who else we got here? Did you get MA007 out or Corso?
Let's see, which one?
Corso sent at 11:42. I think I was here for that. So maybe
no, I didn't
not.
get that one.
Shout out to Corso, man. $10 super chats. Is watching the OG clip in slow mo. I think he might have gotten kneed in the thigh by George when he went up for the dunk. It looked like he was grabbing his thigh, praying I'm right.
I did read that. I'm sorry, I did read that one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Corso either way.
How
about MA007?
Let's see. The last one I'm at is Hella Jug, the $2 super chat.
Okay, I think I got that one already.
All the way to the bottom. Yeah.
Hello.
So One Hood Movement, you can go from there.
One Hood Movement says, I hate when Hart becomes scared to shoot. Yeah, he was a little in between things. Got, had a couple turnovers. Deuce as well. Just got to get better. Shout out to Hello Jug. Got that one as well. All right, so I think we got everything, right?
Shout out to New York City Money. Did you get that one?
Yes.
$5 super chat. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And then you said you got Sunny Dog, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap with Will from LI. Will, go ahead.
Hey man, what's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. First off, man, shout out to Ari, man. I've been to the watch parties, got to meet Ari. It's definitely everything J. Kyle is 100% true, and then some.
1,000%. 1,000%.
He's a pleasure, man. And then shout out. Speaking of the watch party, shout out to the last watch party because I got to meet Chuck D. Right when you guys were taking the photos, I was in the bathroom, but Chuck D just walked up behind me, bro, and I was just like, "Yo, this is not real life. This is Chuck D." Like I said.
Oh, you were there, so I left before we tapped in.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all cool. It's all cool. We tap in all the time. But yeah, I was literally chopping up with Chuck. We were talking about how we were both in Atlanta for Game 3 and our experiences and everything. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'll never forget that. So shout out to Chuck D. PE. Shout out to PE, Public Enemy in the chat. Yeah, man, just to be quick about the game, man, the game was gritty, man. Like, literally, I came home, and then I got ready. Me and my girl got into the car. Like, yo, we going to Philly. I'm in Philly right now. I'm going to be there for games. I'm going to be there on Friday, so it seems like it's going to be a packed house in there.
Damn, you move quick, bro. You're not playing around.
I'm not playing around, man. I know what time it is. This year is special. I can feel it. So me and the missus, we got into the car. She's over here yelling at me because she's like, "You gotta stay on the road." I was like, "I understand, but OG just dunking on someone."
Will already doing 100 down the turnpike.
Oh my god, I had the whole setup, man. I was watching the game on the phone while driving, and she's like, "I can't believe this is happening." I was like, "Listen, we're gonna get there, okay? We got here all right? We got here all right. Well, there you go. We got here all right." So it was a great night. It was gritty. I mean, I'm seeing everything with OG. I was just so sucked up into the game, I didn't even realize that he got injured. So I'm hoping, we'll check in tomorrow, see how everything's going. I'm hoping that he's okay. But even if he's not, man, I just feel like the team is locked in, man. It's just different. This is just different. So I'm gonna be there in Philly. I'm gonna be there for game for Friday. We're gonna take this one. I can feel it. And then we got to go back home, and then let's see what we can do. It may not be a sweep. It may be in 5. It may be in 6. But regardless, I believe in the orange and blue. So I think we got this, man. I think we got this.
We got it, man. Shout out to Will from LI.
I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a great night. CP, just thank you for everything, like you said, and everybody said, just what you created with this, just getting the fan base together. I'm over here meeting Ari. I'm over here meeting CK2K and everybody. I'm jumping on the pod. I'm seeing Chuck D and everything. Seeing the Knicks chick. It's just been amazing, man. Just honestly life changing. I appreciate KnicksFanTV. I feel like everybody in the chat and everybody's extended family, and just like a family, we're gonna come together and get this done.
Yes, sir. Will from LI on the
Have a good night, y'all.
Yes, sir. All right, fellas. I think we got everything. We got all the super chats right out.
Yep.
All right, salute, man. Yo, shout out to everybody for tapping in. We'll be back on Thursday for a game to debrief with our guy John Smelk. So if you didn't get a chance to call in tonight, call in on Thursday. All signs, all roads heading to Philadelphia for game 3. So make sure you get your tickets as well. And hey, tap in tomorrow. Tomorrow we will do the giveaway. As J. Cal said, he's giving away 2 tickets to the game tomorrow. So make sure you guys tap in to the show as well. All right, Al CK, great job on the play-by-play, great job on post game as well.